watching.
Work? Nothing worked.
Craig Joy.
Did it work?
Oh, there it is. The video's starting on the Twitches.
Craig didn't join. Oh, because I've got a comma in it, that's why.
We've got Twitches.
A comma?
bitches.
How do you spell
There's a
that word,
comma.
Hal?
COMMA, comma.
CLMER.
Colma?
Okay, so while you're doing a thing, I'm gonna go run and get another beer.
Hey, that's never a bad thing.
How do you fix a leaky jack-o'-lantern?
How?
With a pumpkin patch.
Oh, that's terrible. That's really awful.
I realize.
Yeah,
last
joke
time
number
I
one.
took y'all on the adventure with me. I'm gonna take y'all with me again.
Ooh.
That's right. Ba-la-la-la-la.
Yeah.
She's
apparently
like
this
those scenes in
even though it's like a measly
He is.
square feet.
she's like those scenes
Hello,
in
Greg.
Quicksilver in the X-Men.
I just need the stream to show up so I can actually watch it.
Hey, and comment in the chat. I was moving the chat down so it would appear in the small window because I cleared out the chat stuff on the recording machine, which is why it says moving the chat down so many times in the chat. Ranch, what?
It's
What is
jalapeno ranch, Hal. Come on. You live in Texas. You eat Whataburger. This
not
stuff is
Whataburger,
the ultimate
jalapeno
range of ranch.
That's pretty funny. Did you buy some
Put
when you
it
were
in
down
the
here?
beer.
While I was down there, I definitely picked up things they do not have in Colorado. Their honey mustard and their ranch. I've been telling everybody in the house, I'm like, use it sparingly.
Do you have Whataburger in Colorado at all?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. That's sad, right?
He's a kitty.
Hello, Evan. Hello, Cat on Evan.
Hello.
How's Borderlands going, Evan?
We were looking
there you
at guns.
Was that Halo or what is it?
Borderlands, isn't it pretty?
Borderlands. I gotta pick that up.
Yes, you do. That is a great decision. And then we will play, and it will be fun.
I've been
Come down so
dating
so
bit
bend over.
hard before I do that.
There you are.
The good ones are like the cost of my entire computer. I know.
There she is.
Whitney, what did you get from Whataburger?
Oh, I
Jalapeno
got
ranch.
I didn't buy it at Whataburger. I went to HEB. That's where we went grocery shopping before we stopped there. And I got their, because they sell the Whataburger sauces in the bottles. I got the honey mustard and the jalapeno ranch. I specifically want to recreate. Yes, I am dead serious, and I took it all the way back with me, along with several pickled items from Buc-ee's. I have a jar of pickled okra. I told you, and we ate the entire thing of quail eggs that we got on the way back.
I will never understand.
Hope you had the windows
Texas,
down.
Texas obsession with Buc-ee's and Whataburger.
You know what's funny is that Isaac, oh my God, my kid, and y'all know this, Isaac was so excited to sleep in the car while we were road tripping. And I was like, we can stop at a state park. And he's like, no, I want to sleep at a Walmart. So that's what we did.
That is a sad, sad thing.
Oh my! You know what though? The ones that we stopped at one that was in Abilene, and I mean, my cousins used to live up there, and so it's a cute little tiny town. And then the other one was in New Mexico, and that was actually in Roswell. But both they had like, at least 4 or 5 RVs out there too, and they weren't like bad looking RVs, because I've definitely been to a Walmart before where I've seen some like impressive looking camper cars. But I usually felt safe. We pulled up underneath a light and we pulled out our sleeping bags. I put little towels all up in the windows so that way nobody could see in the car, because that kind of weirded me out. And then what was really weird is the morning that we woke up in Abilene on our way going to fair, there were tons of hunters in the parking lot when we woke up, and I guess they all decided they were going to meet there. I mean, I can't imagine that all 50 of these dudes in camo were all going to the same thing.
Hunter flash mob.
Maybe it was a dogging thing.
It was like a hunting flash mob. It was so strange. Like Isaac woke up and we're just like, whoa, there are a lot of ATVs and there is a lot of camo. No. Oh my God. But yeah, that was interesting. I knew then we were into, I don't know. They have some stuff like that up in Colorado, but I guess it's a different kind of hunting they do here.
It was dogging. Weird.
What?
Dogging.
What?
Dogging. DOGGING.
DOGG dogging?
Dogging. Just Google it.
What's that?
What do you say?
Dogging.
It's like the grandmother on the internet looking for a pie recipe. I'll just do a Google search for cream
like
pie.
I assume you're talking about the British dogging, right?
Dogging is a British English slang term for engaging in sexual acts in a public or semi-public place or watching others do so. Well, what's so wrong with that?
Generally occurs in parking lots.
We used to call that
Date night.
Date night.
parking. We called it parking whenever I was in high school. I don't know what they call it now.
That's why the birth rate went down when drive-ins closed. Just saying.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, I don't think parking was quite the same as dogging. There's whole rules for dogging. Like if you flash your lights, you want somebody random to come and join you and that kind of shit.
Wow. Okay. So I think what you're saying is that Eddie and I need to go drive to a parking lot in Round Rock, Texas. And because apparently there's a massive swinger community there. And we just need to start doing weird signals with our headlights and see what happens.
Yeah, you should try that. See what happens.
Yeah, we'll record it and everything.
And then a
Document
YMCA band will show up and with power tools, and you'll be like, I don't know what I just signaled, but
A contract's a contract.
that's right. The safe word is Gesundheit. Will be good und yummy.
Oh
To
God.
your Liebchen.
Lordy mercy. Whoop. Ow.
Just safe word goes before the ball gag.
That's right.
In my jeans pocket.
What?
Well, it's looking like we
He
might
doesn't
almost have this level
He
cleaned out.
takes the headphones off and thinks we can't hear him anymore, so easily call.
No, sorry, I should mute myself when I'm hollering at Hall down the house. She's looking for the car keys where I may have
The
lost
French
them.
tickler's in the second drawer, not the third.
French tickler.
That's why you need the Scottish tickler.
Whit's doing the Quicksilver run through the.
That's a thistle, right? The Scottish tickler.
Whoa. Not.
Find them all. Were they in my jeans? Where were they?
Right, we are at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Ooh.
Well, it looks like we've almost got this level completed.
Almost did.
Well, other than getting the crap beaten out of us,
Yeah, this is a semi-defensible room, but I don't know. We don't know what's going on here, so I don't know if you guys want to rest or what. But
We should probably check up the hall where Zombie Boy came from, though.
well, we have Buligup at 3 hit points, and we have Kitty Cat at 4, and you have had less than half hit points. So
That's true.
Tatia and I are going to scout ahead, I assume.
Okay, all.
Did we already? I don't recall if we looted said zombies.
Yeah, because you didn't want me to wear the cloak I couldn't identify.
Ah. Yeah.
I mean, that's one way to find out if it's cursed or what kind of.
What went on in the previous one? Like a professional podcast?
I did the last one, so.
Oh, like a professional podcast, we need to do like a review of what happened in the last session.
I think that
Why
sounds
Would you want me to do
lovely.
it?
Why
You
do
came
that?
into this. You came into this area, which seemed to be a huge desert with a sky, and it was warm. And you got attacked by a terrible plant that had made the ground all sticky. You got attacked by a bunch of skeletons. You followed
With
the path
forearms.
across the desert until you came to this weird wall that had light glowing out of it for no reason, which you walked through into this kind of metal corridor. And then you found a room full of bumping lights and things, and you pressed a panel, and everything started to fire up again. And then you got attacked by a dude
Also
who
with
had
forearms.
4 arms and was also a skeleton, and he was pretty hardcore.
Yeah. I imagined
was.
him being like the zombie version of, oh, what's his name?
Tarkus.
I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't want to say the wrong one. General Grievous. Yes.
Ah,
I don't know
Yes,
why,
like
but
the-
I imagine him looking like that coming through and being like, blah, blah, blah.
But the dead version.
Yeah, but a dead version. Well, General
The
Grievous
dead
was kind of creepy and nearly dead. So
yeah.
But the dead version. Dead version. All right, so what's the plan? Are you resting in here?
Well, as Bill pointed out, it does seem defensible.
Right?
I wouldn't mind to spend some time here and check out like the purple column and some of the other stuff that we now that we're not going to be pressed for stuff. It sounds like something happened when I clicked the gold panel previously.
Right. It definitely did. It like fired up some stuff.
Should we drag zombie zombie boy out into the desert to be with his skeleton buddies that he was I assume he was possessing with the green eyes?
You're making assumptions that this guy was in charge, huh?
Well, he was at least seemed to be a little higher than they are, so unless there's another bigger boss of these things out there.
Knows. Ooh. Who knows?
The shadow knows.
The shadow. Yeah, we've had that joke last time, didn't we? We did have that joke last time. I feel that was a joke we've already had.
It's a joke that we have often when
Because the shadow knows.
well, I'm
Okay.
gonna say this dead guy is creeping me out, and if we can get him out of this space, that'd be kind of nice. We've already seen his body.
Daryl.
I think it's a good idea. I don't know.
and we could drag him out to the desert or drag him back to the room that zapped you with electricity if you stay in it too long and just leave him there to
You have to pass through that room to get to the desert.
right, but we could just chuck him in there and let him I mean we have the timing on crossing the room down pretty good, but
And you could just throw him in and let him get zapped every 15, 20 seconds.
Turn him to elemental carbon, right?
just in case he regenerates or something, you know.
Just in case he regenerates, we're going to zap him with electricity to make sure he wakes up feeling really great.
Well, we don't have to do the zapping. We just put him someplace that he happens to get zapped pretty often.
Right. We
I
can
don't
just
know that
nuke him from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
I don't know that it'll bring back the dead or not, but
throw him into the you throw him into the area with the lightning. Are you resting in here?
Yes.
I'd be down for that. I'm pretty beat up.
Yes.
Not as bad as
it.
Buligup, but
Buligup. Oh yeah, Buligup took a pretty big beating, honestly.
I took a pretty big beating
The
for a
tiger-
wizard.
The tiger's pretty beaten up too. Right, your tiger's pretty injured as well.
And
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind resting and getting access to my second level spells. I mean my level 2 first level spells.
Your new spells would be nice, right? Okay, you can do that if you wish. Ooh, hello, somebody's fighting with their masterwork short
Yep, I'm
sword.
putzing around trying to get stuff working.
Oh, we like putzing.
What do you guys say? Camp?
Okay,
Set
so
watches?
setting up to rest. I'm guessing you're closing this door.
Yeah, the key card still works in that, right? To open
It
close.
does. The keycard works in this one. Oh, you close the door. I assume you are setting watch.
Yes.
Do we have a watch order?
I will go first. I'm at max.
Cool.
And then I'll go next.
Hey, and then don't forget you got Buligup. Buligup.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
poor
such a-
guy needs to chill out.
Do you have any
do you have any
spells left? Do you want to use up your healing before we rest, or?
Do you have spells left, Wid?
No, I shouldn't have healing left. Well, let me take a look at my sheet.
Are you able to spontaneously swap
For an
stuff out?
oracle, you can cast nothing but healing if you
Yeah.
want.
Pardon?
Or so if you want, you just have a number of spell slots and spells that you know. It doesn't matter which spell you cast.
So as long as you have casts available, you can keep casting healing spells.
Well, your sheet only tracks the spell, the spell, but you only cast 3 of your 5 spells, so you have 2 spells left to cast, of which 2 of those could be Cure
Cool.
Light.
Well, then, yeah, let's do Cure Light Wounds then.
Who are you doing that on?
Oh, okay. All on me. No, I'm just kidding. I'd be super. I'd be super.
I'm the most important person.
Yay!
Right. All me.
No, I think so. Buligup in where is Alexander?
I'm up above the table there. I'm at like half.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna. There we go. Now we're much bigger. Okay. So yeah, I if I can use it 2 more times, we're gonna use it for Buligup and Nicodemus because they're lowest. Is that
Do it.
Good.
Do it.
okay?
And then when you sleep, when you rest, you'll regenerate 5 more spell slots if you need to cast them on anyone else.
Sweet. All right, and spells. Oh shit! I didn't mean to hit Divine Favor if it popped up.
That's a 7 on Buligup, we say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Buligup's back to 10 hit points. He's super happy.
And then what? Nicodemus?
15.
If you have second, no, you wouldn't have any second level spell slots yet.
Not yet.
Never mind.
We good?
Well,
Nicodemus got to what?
well, I did it twice. So I did it once. Well, I'm looking at it.
Oh, so you get the 4 that you did previously.
Oh, I see a 4. Oh, sorry, I missed the 4. So I guess technically he gets the 4. So we'll give him the 4. There, he's back up to 8. Cool. So you're still a bit beaten, kids.
Wait, how
When
many?
do you get back for resting? And
How many spells did I cast? Oh, do I have access? I don't have access to my spell slots either yet. Okay, never mind.
No, you'll get that. And you become a better wizard.
Yes.
Profit.
I will contemplate on that while I don't sleep.
While you don't sleep. You do sleep. You have to kind of rest, don't you?
Well, I'm
But you
immune to
don't
sleep effects, but I
Yeah, but
Oh,
so
no.
are elves.
yeah. I mean, elves
I
do the
think you have a
meditate.
period of dormancy to regenerate your batteries or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so you still rest and sleep, but essentially like elves, they meditate. So you're kind of like in low power mode, essentially, of how I would interpret it. And you get a listen check to quote wake up when you're asleep. You know what I mean?
And then I'll do the 8-hour spell study.
Yeah.
Yes, 8 hours rest and then studying your spells
For an hour.
for an hour. Okay, if you have 8 hours of rest, you recover 1 hit point per character level.
Woohoo!
Any significant interruption prevents that healing. That's a possibility
Do
too.
we need to roll perceptions during watch or anything, or are you just gonna say that?
Tyrael, shut
That's
up!
not an answer.
No, Tyrael, shut up is not an answer. Do you hear him barking?
Yep.
Yeah.
I need to
But he's
roll
a
some dice for myself.
dog.
Yes, but I'm doing something that doesn't want dog barks all over it.
Then you
We could
shouldn't
turn
do it in a
Serial into a
doghouse.
background character.
He's a sweet boy, but I'd like him to be a quiet boy.
Oh, he just wants everybody to know how big and fluffy he is.
He is very fluffy. Okay, the night passes uneventfully.
Woohoo!
Everyone can regenerate 2 hit points if they need to from resting,
I do.
which puts Buligup at 12, and Nicodemus at 10, and anyone else at whatever they need to be at. Kiernan didn't take it. Did you take any? You took wounds?
Nope.
Did you take any hits, Whit?
What?
Yep, she's
Did you take
down
damage?
5.
She was at 12, I think, when we started, or she healed
17.
5, but I don't think she healed for the overnight yet.
No.
Right, she got an extra 2 for overnight.
So I go from 17 to 19.
Yep.
Correct. So everybody's looking a little bit more.
Oh, so you get your level every night of rest, not your level
do.
plus con?
Rest for 8 hours. If you can rest for 8 hours uninterrupted, you get your level back.
No con bonus? Aw.
No con bonus.
Like you have a minus what? So how much to con?
No, I'm just minus on strength and wisdom. Or not wisdom, charisma.
Right. Dump
Meat bag.
stat. Okay, well, I think that the suggestion was valid. Have we evaluated everything in this room, especially now that you've got your new shiny level? Do we want to do a eval of the computer in here again to really give
Yeah.
a shakedown?
Yeah, can you check out the purple pillar and the rest of the shiny tech things in here?
I can probably assist
this-
you, but I'm probably not the greatest at doing it, you know?
Unfortunately, I am not very much good with this kind of thing either. But I'm going to be a really good cheerleader while you do it.
Buligup hates technology, especially the robots. They are always watching.
Ooh, somebody has a little, I don't know.
But Buligup, my friend, it is good, wise, and good counsel to know thy enemy. Is that not true?
I know it when it is lying broken into many pieces on the sand.
So why do you hate technology so much?
Buligup's tribe was attacked by rampaging robots, and Buligup is the only survivor.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have sworn to destroy them wherever I find them.
Oh.
They are a travesty against the living creature.
Was it the attack that caused that accent?
It is possible. I fell and hit my head, and ever since it has been like this.
Do you remember what it was like before?
Oh, maybe it was like this. I do not know. Maybe my old
What
tribe.
are you doing in England? Mind your own business.
Okay, would you like the room description again?
Yes, please.
The air in this room seems to buzz and hum with energy. Strips of glowing rectangles light the room from above, while strange flickering windows line the east and west walls.
Ooh.
A large glass-topped circular table sits in the middle of the room. To the north sits a large metal desk covered with blinking lights, while a humming pillar of purple and black metal stands nearby, its sides flashing with tendrils of violet energy. A single golden panel, which you've already touched, flashes with a soft but incessant light on the side of the pillar. It doesn't anymore. A thick layer of dust coats everything, diffusing the lights shining from the various surfaces, and many of the machines seem to be damaged, cracked, or otherwise ruined.
Is there any way for us to determine a way to plug in some of these dead batteries? We have a lot of charged batteries, but we have some dead ones too. Is there any way, like a recharging
There's no
station?
way to charge a dead battery that you know
There
of.
is no way to charge a dead battery that I know of. Okay.
Once the battery is used, it is
I
used.
think they short out.
Yeah, they're used as coinage after that point, it sounds like. So don't throw
Correct. So they actually, yeah, you can tell the difference between, there's a different, I can't remember what the difference is. It feels different, I think. There's like a slickness to a one that's charged and there isn't to one that's not. So they just
Gotcha.
use it as coinage.
Alrighty then.
So like checking out the pillar and stuff, is there
Mhm.
like any androphan or anything that
There's a little bit around here. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems to be talking about controls and temperature and a variety of other things that don't seem to make a lot of sense.
and do the windows look out into the desert or are they just
No, they're screens.
It doesn't sound like we're going to be able to do much here. We're going to have to explore deeper into.
Unless you know of a way to directly interface with it like a computer. I'm trying not to metagame like a modern day person, but
That's right. That's right. You should use your anal port.
I need a couple more levels for that.
Really? We've got the extra big plug.
Make the recharge socket all happy.
That's right.
Super Saiyan.
Oh. Oh.
Nice. What are you up to?
It's gone to 9,000. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's anything more to glean from this room, but it sounds like there was. Did we see when those guys came down the hallway to attack? What seemed to prompt them? The noise we were making, or I think I
You
reached
think it
in over
was-
that table and touched something, and it went wah, wah, like
I
you
think
know,
it
like
was when you turned the room on.
hmm.
When you activated that pillar by touching it, there was noise and machines began to do things. And you think this possibly was up the corridor somewhere and heard you. Would be the logical assumption.
I wonder if touching that button and activating things changed anything somewhere else in another room or out in the desert, or probably in another room where he was at.
Well, he came down that corridor from the north.
I say we should explore that way.
You assume.
Okay, I'm game.
Right, moving on up there.
All right, so I'm going to turn the
So there's
corner.
a door on the right-hand side.
Are there footprints he left or anything to show? Or did we...
Really? It's not all that dusty here, particularly for that kind of thing.
So I don't know if he came through that or the double doors up ahead.
There is a double door to the right, and there is one directly ahead of you.
I didn't hear your answer to the tracking question. Do we know where he came from?
Oh, yeah, there's not really any footprints here because there's not really anything to leave footprints in. There's a little bit of sand, but you can make me a
Like
survival
no
check
dust
if you wish.
moved or anything?
And when I peeked out and saw him coming down, he was already past those doors, right? So
Yeah, the corridor isn't as dusty as that room was because it looks like people have been passing up and down it. But if someone wants to make me a survival check, I think Buligup can do survival. Let me check.
not my forte.
Almighty 11.
Buligup does he have survival? I think he does. I think Buligup has some survival.
Whoa.
17 horses traveled this. No, 72 years ago. A 25 for Buligup.
He has a 357 Magnum pistol with only 5 bullets in it, hanging on an ankle holster on his right foot.
200 years ago, somebody came down this corridor and then turned back.
Right. They had a limp and a monkey on their left shoulder.
They had scoliosis of the spine because of a backpack on their right side.
They were redheaded.
Oh, I made Commit choke. I made her choke. Don't die there. Don't die there.
No.
I don't know. It might be a girl falls unconscious on Twitch
She's
stream.
gonna-
Might get us some viewers over here.
Wouldn't that be just the stupidest shit? And it's like, oh, how does a doctor's wife die? Oh, she
surprising
choked
what
to death
people
on
do
a
to get
piece of
Twitch
pizza.
viewers. Kind of pizza is the word.
Where was the doctor husband playing Borderlands 3? Oh, case dismissed. I totally
Right.
understand.
Dr. Husband
That makes
is in the
complete sense.
room.
He wouldn't notice.
It's his opportunity to Heimlich wife.
She's dying here. I'm being a bad boy. I'll shut up.
Oh my goodness. Still eating.
So,
Whatever. Give me food.
Is there a Heimlich version of a donkey punch?
a friend came from the north door.
I'm gonna listen to the. You got me doing the French accent now.
Oh, it is very good. Yes.
Oh, see, oui.
Oh, you need to make headache checks.
Suckage 9.
Yeah, I forgot about headaches. I was looking at those icons on
Oh,
things
yeah.
and wondering
What are
they
we
meant.
doing?
Fortitudes.
You're
Is
making headache checks.
See. Okay. Fortitude.
Oh, hold on. I need to roll your percentages too. Maybe a percentage and then a headache check.
The worst check for a wizard.
Oh right, a percentage check. Eh?
Percentage check, because there's only a percentage chance that you'll wake with a headache,
Oops.
and then that's Buligup.
It-
Rolls a 36.
Any particular modifier to it, like willpower?
There's just a percentage chance that you have a chance of waking with a headache.
54.
22.
You want
It's a good.
me to roll a what?
Don't
D100.
type.
/R space 1
Whoop.
D
Slow down.
100.
Slow down. Say it again.
All right.
/R 1D 1 0 0.
So low is better, right?
You have a 5% chance. So I was saying anything 1 to 5 would make you roll fort.
Ah. So
everybody's happy.
Okay.
No one has a headache today.
Excellent.
Huzzah.
Now that being said, did they remove the headache condition from yesterday? Because I see a couple of them still have it.
Wake up unheadacked.
Unheadacked. So you may remove the
Un-
headache icons. Buligup.
I'm removing the headache icons from the players.
Ah.
Awesome.
Right
do
now
not
they
need
are
the,
being
That's pretty nasty
Aye.
since it hits all your mental stats.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, but it's only a small chance of it happening, so it's not too terrible. So you're listening at the door on the right, yes?
I listened to the door on the right, and I got a mighty 9. Really not good enough.
99 means you don't hear much at all,
Right.
I'm afraid.
So I'm not too worried about being quiet because we got 2 closed doors around us and a dead end corridor. So I'm gonna say, like, what's the search pattern we want to use, guys? Do we want to go make all right turns and then eventually we'll make our way back as a search pattern, or do we want to go to the doors to the north or to the east?
I think the north, because that's where Buligup said the guy came from.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Heading
Yep.
north.
I'm gonna stealth in that corner. Well, I guess this is all well lit, you said, right?
Yeah, there's like weird rectangles of light on the ceiling.
All right. I'm gonna listen to the door with a 16.
You don't hear anything behind the door, particularly of interest.
I'm good.
Buligup is moving.
So I have no
Guessing Tatia's moving.
Yeah, I have no idea if you want to do these as 2 separate roles of perception. Like I said, I was going to listen to the door, and now I want to search for traps. Do you want to do one roll for that?
Yeah,
Or
that would be 2 separate roles. Yes, I'm assuming you're holding your ear to the door, which is different from detecting.
Right,
For
I
traps.
agree, but I wanted to make sure you were wanting it your way.
I am on board with this.
24 for trap detection because I get a +1.
Pretty nice. You do not think this is a trapped door?
All right, I will swap as a credit card.
Type as a credit card. Let me check.
Maybe
what
the
is
command-
required
A
here.
credito.
Yeah, the credit the
Okay,
command.
the door slides
All
open.
right.
A large metal table is surrounded by odd-looking chairs in this room. To the west, what appears to be a transparent wall looks out over a strange desert valley. 4 pillars support the 15-foot-high ceiling, while dozens of crude images of a pickaxe made of a skull and bones have been painted onto the walls.
Oh, like that holy symbol we
that
found.
holy
Yeah.
symbol? Yeah.
With some sort of ivory pigment, along with several phrases in a language that you guys recognize as in an unrecognizable language.
Mm.
I don't actually recognize the language.
I don't think I actually have linguistics.
I do.
So
I do. I have it trained.
you said that there were just randomly placed that image and writings. That's not relevant where they are.
No, it's just on the walls.
So does it look like it was when this place was constructed, or does it look like it was like written in blood or something, or it's written afterwards?
It's written in some kind of pigment that is ivory in color. Maybe it's made of bone, maybe it's made of something, but it's some kind of whitish paint. It might have been made out of some clay from the valley floor.
Okay, but it looks like it was after Like it's an
Oh yeah,
add-on.
it's definitely not part of the room. It was definitely daubed on the walls
So
afterwards.
like crazy mummy man or whatever.
Right, like that.
Turk 182. All right. Well, accidental death. God. Let's go into the temple of the accidental death god. I'll be looking up to make sure nothing falls from an accidental death perspective. I'll go in the room and I will search for traps, looking around.
That's where the pit opens up when you look to the ceiling.
Careful, some of these floorboards are loose. 20, not natural.
What's that for? Perception?
Yeah, searching for traps. I said. I want to make sure. Now that I'm in the room, I was searching as I was going in.
Find any traps in this room.
Okay, well, I'll look back at my brave companions, and I'm going to approach the table. I also want to check around this pillar, and then make sure there's nothing hiding behind it. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of, I'm in full commando mode. You know.
Right. There doesn't seem to be anything else in this room. No persons, no creatures, no nothing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna check out this table then. Is there anything?
Friend.
Anything in the chairs, like loose change, or people sit down, their iPhone falls out of their pocket.
Yeah, search for more access cards, laser guns. Strange tech devices.
Yeah, any coughed up pepperoni like Whit has all over her chat, like her dribble or chin or whatever.
Pepperoni. That's funny. Coughed up pepperoni. You guys are hilarious.
Oh. I love pizza.
You're not putting jalapeno ranch on there?
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh.
Jalapeno. You're putting what flavor was the pizza before you made it taste like jalapeno ranch?
Well, I actually just dipped the crust in it, but the pizzas I have are pepperoni and pineapple and a pepperoni and Italian sausage.
Oh, pineapple.
Pepperoni and pineapple.
It's just heresy.
That's an odd mix.
It is not. It is not. It is delicious. It is delicious. You need to try fruit on your pizza.
Only if they cook it long enough.
Kinds of fruit on your pizza. Or if you want to be courageous, you could like slice up your own strawberries or a little bit of pineapple, which is delicious, or kiwi.
I try not to argue with beautiful women, so.
Yeah, just because it's a tomato, just because tomato is a fruit doesn't make a fruit salad on bread. It's like that D&D argument. They say that intelligence is knowing that tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it not to put tomatoes in a fruit salad. And what was it? Philosophy was wondering if ketchup was a fruit smoothie.
Charisma's getting people to eat it.
Charisma is being able to sell a tomato fruit salad.
Yeah.
Sell me this pen.
Ew.
All right.
Okay, you're in the room. There's nobody else here.
So searching the chairs and the table really doesn't bear anything.
Perception checks.
Perception.
Oh, it's
17.
perception. There is no separate search. Gotcha.
Oh, it's all on perception. Perception is the most rolled skill in this game. Want to make a perception check with?
Yes, I will. Sorry, I'm just not doing very good.
Can Buligup and Nicodemus check too?
Buligup is going to check with his vast perception.
Natural 20.
Buligup got a natural 20.
Do you want Nicodemus to check?
Buligup found it, so you're okay. Buligup, being smaller than the rest, walks under the table and has a look around and comes back out with another plastic card.
Ooh.
Card.
What color is the card?
Flexible card. It has a black stripe on it.
So what color is the stripe? Black. Ooh, that is higher than our browns, I believe.
Yeah. Oh. Is that something since I'm in front, you guys want to have me hold on to that or what?
So we can run away and swipe all the doors.
Or do you want to hold it back so in case, you get hit so that people don't get our...
I'm fine with that.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Billy, you're eating pizza.
I know, but he makes me want chips now.
You got a tapeworm.
These
Yeah.
are amazing chips, by the way.
Oh, I do. Hold on. Are those the No, they're just plain sea salt ones, huh?
Well, the sea salts are amazing, but the barbecue ones are exceptional too.
Yes.
They had these fiery
I love
Thai
salt and
ones.
pepper.
The fiery Thai was so amazing.
That sounds
Fiery
awesome.
It had dehydrated ginger, dehydrated lime, dehydrated chilies, dehydrated honey, oh my god, it was the greatest flavor.
Ooh, food porn.
Exactly.
All the dehydrated things.
Kiernan, you have the Masterwork short swords, right? Because that's
Correct.
actually the weapon you use. Okay.
Yep. I mean, someone else is angling to use one or both, but it's definitely helpful for me because it increases my my effectiveness a lot.
I am
Plus one per
I'm
hand
not
is
a
pretty
sword
big.
person. I'm
One
content with
per
that.
hand.
So
So what do you got? Found a black access card.
So
it
so
seems.
who's gonna
Nice.
hold on to that then? You, Alexander, because you're in the back, or
sure, I'll take it. What the heck?
all right.
Take
Since
extra
since it's
encumbrance.
another day and another level, I mean metagame or whatever, is there you want to give another check on that cloak now that we're thinking about it?
Oh, can I?
Oh, you're gonna take that and try and spellcraft it.
Yeah.
Oh, who else can Wit assist with that? Because she's trained
I
in it too.
can.
You have spellcraft?
Or actually, is she trained in it? I don't even know. I spoke out of
Maybe
turn.
not. Maybe not.
I do.
Maybe not. Spellcraft. Who does know what it is? Oh, there we go. Alexander knows what it is. It
Could help,
is
but it won't be much.
It is a cloak that will make you hardier, slightly faster, and a little bit more tough of mind.
Cool.
I do not know those properties to an item name. Then.
Cloak of resistance +1.
Ah,
What?
Those
what?
properties.
A what?
The cloak of resistance +1.
that would be nice.
So it means adds +1 to your fortitude, your reflex, and your will save.
Well, I think that's one anybody would love to have. So
Right? I mean, some classes have better saves than others, right? So
true.
it depends who you want to be saving a little bit better.
I have a fortitude of 1.
Everybody's gonna have a shitty.
So do
stat, I'm
I.
sure.
I have a fortitude of 1.
I have a fortitude of 2. That is
Ooh.
close.
Buligup has a fortitude of 5, but he
Yeah.
has a will of 0.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to kind of like whoever makes sense to use it or to roll off, or how do you guys want to?
I mean, that's the thing.
Roll off.
It's pretty usable by everybody. But
I would say that the two of you go for it, and you should paper, rock, scissors for it.
The only reason why I would be interested in it was because if I'm in the front, then I get blown by a spell or something that's handy for me. But he's
Yeah.
also squishier than I am, and I'm keen with him having it. I've got the short swords right now. Maybe next round you or I'll get something, Tatia.
I am totally okay with that. That sounds good to me.
I will accept your logic.
Cool. Yay!
In case you
And I'm
have
gonna give him a big hug because I love hugging people when they win.
all of your
Wait, why are you pickpocketing the cloak off of him? What are you doing?
You stinker.
All right, what else are
Okay.
you doing now? You figured.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna
Yes.
look around to see, make sure there's no doors around here. Again, trying not to. I know that I can see the
Searching
map
for
a little
secret
bit,
doors.
but I don't know as a character, right? So
Maybe a perception check just to be sure I haven't changed the maps and hidden some
Him or
things.
all of us.
25.
Don't find any secret doors
All
anywhere.
right. Son of a gun.
That's all, folks.
All right. So shall we backtrack to the other doors?
Sure.
All right. I already listened to him, and I'm convinced there's nothing on the other side of the door before.
I love you.
I love you too.
I
All right.
want you.
Get out. Or no, 7 days. My wife and I watched that movie, and it was the first time we had watched it. But I did the I have this uncanny ability where I'll watch 5 minutes of a movie and I know the beginning, middle, and end of it, right?
Uh-huh.
So the movie ends and the credits are rolling, and I just know exactly how it's going to end, right? So I get my cell phone and I have it in my hand, and then the credits end, and I dial our house, and then it shows the with the ring, and then I hit the button to the house, and it's the phone in the house starts ringing, and my shit. She looks at me like, "What are you doing?"
You have a house phone?
Back when we watched the movie, yeah,
Oh,
back in the frickin' whatever it was, 1906, I think it came out, right?
I left my plate unattended.
Oh,
My God, eating my last piece of pizza.
Good work, Ditto.
More pizza.
Just waiting for you to sneak away.
I'm such an idiot.
I want to check to make sure that all of it went down the gullet, not up out of the gullet.
Oh.
Maybe you can just get a bit of cardboard and put some jalapeno ranch on top of it.
I'm very angry right now. You
or a
so
spoon.
Did he actually eat it with the jalapeno ranch on it? Is he gonna be in a bad state?
No, the jalapeno ranch was not touched on the plate.
You can just eat that with a spoon. I mean, come on.
Surgical.
But he definitely had the piece of pizza that I was saving for the last one, which was the last piece of pepperoni and pineapple, because it is my favorite.
Aw.
What color?
Okay, Buligup down to the door next to Kiernan.
Do we know what the color is, or do we have to?
Looks like a brown one.
Okay. Actually, use my brown card, and I'm gonna kind of sculpt it aside a little bit since he looks like Buligup is kind of brave. I'm not gonna make it obvious, but I'll swipe the card and let him be seen.
At the ready.
Yep.
So the doors swing open, and a long, curved corridor is behind. Buligup steps through and looks north and south.
Okay, well, I'll be right behind him.
It appears to be empty.
Oh, and I recast my mage armor to do all that.
Okay, mage armor's on, huh?
Yep.
How long does that last now?
2 hours, unless I want to do my my once a day cast thing for 4 extra caster levels, then it'd go for 6.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Which I guess I will do because I don't like to be without mage armor.
So you used your ability to have it for 6 hours.
Yes.
Makes sense. If you don't have a lot of duration spells or things that require levels, it's quite a good ability, that.
Yeah, and
yeah, but Alexander never asked me to pickpocket that metamagic extension rod that was in the temple back there.
Right?
So maybe that's
good for it.
Nor did I ask you not to. If we just happen to find one in the adventures, that's cool. I mean,
that's right. It's only blasphemy if you steal from your own god's temple. That's I read that on the internet, therefore it's true.
Yeah. Okay, so you're in a long corridor made of glausite running up and down, north to south, and it curves slightly around the.
Call
the
bullshit,
desert.
bullshit. But I think I'd be able to see those doors to the north. Is this all dark or lit?
You can see the doors to the north.
Is this dark or lit in here?
It is. It's a little lit, a little dark. There's damage to the lighting, but some of it still works.
Okay. Well, I think I can also see some of the rubble and the collapsed tunnel as well. I'm thinking I'm going to motion to Buligup. I'm going to motion to Buligup without making any sound, like south. Like, do you want to go that way? Check that first.
Okay. Which way? North. South.
Like,
I mean,
we can see it dead ends to rubble, and there's a door. I'm thinking let's go the way that we don't know.
True. It's a good idea. So you could go south, and you do. If you walk along the south corridor, it curves around to your right a little.
Okay.
And then eventually it dead ends at a stone wall where it's completely like broken stone.
Okay, my mundane brain as a my class, I would look for secret doors to see if there's like a secret door there.
Of course, make me roll.
Oh, I saw that natural 20. Then it rolled to an 8. So I got a 9. Yay.
You don't think there's any secret doors anywhere along
Wait a minute,
this
I rolled an
corridor?
8. How the hell did I get a 9? My huge. What?
It says
You taking
6
it
plus modifier, yeah. So, or D20 plus 6, it shows you roll 3, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just showing you roll.
weird. I clearly see an 8 on the screen.
That's because you got those funky
Weird.
dice turned on.
Okay, sorry. I'll go with
Nice. So the end.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm thinking that it is probably no secret door. And is it just a flat piece of stone, or does it look like a cave-in or some kind?
Looks like over time, what's happened is this corridor did continue at one point, and it seems like this stone has been here a very long time.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'll come back to the rest of the group. I'm just trying to make sure nothing else creeps up behind us, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good thought.
Creepy.
Okay, I still am in dungeon mode because I mean I'm a primitive guy, right? I'm gonna look for traps at this door here.
Take me a roll. Buligup follows you up to the next door.
God damn it, 12.
I guess I will pop myself into the corridor just to watch the progress.
Okay. If everyone's coming up behind me, I'm gonna say I don't see any traps, and I'm gonna go over to here, and I'm gonna search the rubble here too.
Okay.
I'll move up then.
Checking the rubble.
Can I take 10 or can I take 20 or something? I mean, I don't know if we're really for time.
Yeah. Yes. Well, if you're party, you're happy to hang around that long.
Is that
yes,
all
you
right?
can.
I mean,
Yeah, other than the guy we're supposed to rescue, I don't think
Yeah.
we're under a big time pressure.
well, I mean, it's been days. We just slept too, so I got a 26 if I take 20. So
Sounds good.
Okay, you take 20. You don't find anything in the rubble. It's clearly been here a long time and no one's really poked at it.
okay, still worth it. All right, I'm gonna listen to the
If I was
door.
in a video game. Huh?
17 perception
Okay.
for listening.
It's quiet beyond the door.
So I don't hear anything. I will open it with my card. I assume it's brown.
It is black.
Is it brown?
Black.
Oh, okay, I'll motion for Alexander to hand me the black card.
All right, I'll move up and hand him the black card.
All right, cool. I will tell him to step back, like motion to step back, like get away from that and open the door. Okay, and then I will pop the key in and open it and move to the side a little bit, just so that I have full cover, kind of like looking one eye around the corner.
Okay. You see a short corridor that ends in another door. It's about 15 feet long, and then it ends in another door.
So this curved
Let-
corridor,
Let me. Yes.
and I believe when we came in, all the rooms over there were slightly curved. So this probably marks a circle around the desert.
Oh.
I'm guessing. So this is going out to another area. Do we want to go back and check the rest of the desert or anything first, or?
That's on you guys.
Huh.
Just because I hate leaving anything behind that we might have either missed or be there to
I
attack
mean,
if people are coming through again.
I'm thinking we're fine because this is, based on our knowledge of like the distance we've traveled, this is a pretty big area. And my logic is I think we're on the right path because we literally followed a path to this cave. like it was the only path through this desert. So
Mhm.
I'm assuming that the people that we're kind of following are taking this path. I'd also like to mention one thing that all of us may have forgotten.
That we can't breathe water anymore.
No, the other group, the one that had the boss lady that looked pretty badass, that was
Oh, the pink
that
haired
had-
girl.
yeah, I thought she went through the doors in the north where the gremlins were guarding. We didn't go through those doors. We went through the ones to the south that we think one of the town counselors, I can't remember his name.
I've got a note
Dennison?
of that somewhere.
Yeah, I think we're following.
Now you're making me look. He's in your Dolga Fed. Oh, the guy you're following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The council.
Chairman.
It's called
Yeah.
Bane.
Uh,
Bane is called.
Petueth?
Making me remember.
Nope.
we are following Conir Bain of the town council.
Cornea. That's
I
right.
thought it was something Bane. Okay.
Bang.
So I'm assuming, well, at least I'm hoping that we're following him. I'm not sure we want to follow the other lady because it didn't sound like that she's in trouble. And quite the opposite. She's maybe a competitor of ours. So I'm a little worried about meeting up with them.
Well,
I'm
and
thinking-
her timing means she might have been responsible for dousing the torch. So
She did go through the door that was further north, and the torch is further north from where we're at. So that might jive.
although that could also mean that she knew a shortcut and we could bypass a lot of hazards if we follow her through that door.
I'm fine with backtracking, closing this up and going back. We can do that.
I'm just throwing that out there as another point of logic. I'm new to this adventuring lifestyle,
It's
but
like, just like his logic. 8 bags. 8 bags.
What does Wit and Buligup think? I think we're following the council member going through here, but that's speculation.
I mean,
We know that the other lady went through the other doors.
we're offered a reward for him and another for the torch. So
I think we are more likely to find robots if we go this way than wander in the desert.
and I have my own interest in robots and such things. So
Parts of robots when Buligup has finished with them.
and then I'll build my own robot.
Right, and then Buligup can destroy it for you.
Unless I build it really good, then it'll destroy Buligup.
This is
No,
creating a.
it's a great.
This is kind of like creating a negative, work environment, and you're being like a negative vibe merchant, man. Being all like anti-robot when there's like a robot right there, man.
I'm not a
He is
robot.
not a robot. He is some kind of machine with skin attached.
Cybernetic
Buligup knows the
organism.
difference. Yeah, Buligup is wise, knows the difference.
The T1000
Okay.
series.
Going through this door or
Yes.
what, kids?
Sure.
I
Open the
shall.
door.
I shall go through. I haven't really even sniffed any traps inside this. It's only those gremlins that trap. So I'm being a little bit more
It's
bold
me
right
and
now.
The player side of me assumes we missed some great treasure somewhere else, but we can search this out later if need be. Oh, I should have poked my head to see if the guy was still in the zappy room when we woke up.
In the
Well, he
zappy
would have.
room.
He would have followed us.
There's some terrible noises coming from you people.
Uh-oh. That was probably me chewing.
Hey, Eva!
Okay.
Hello, Eva.
Hello.
Creepy, scrapey.
Hello, Isaac.
Hello, Isaac.
Actually, no. This is my.
How are you?
Okay.
Is that trying to build flat pack furniture or something?
Are you hungry, Boo?
Well, we know the dog. We know the dog's
Yes,
not
yes.
hungry.
Feed us,
He's
Whitney.
hungry, and I ate
Mm.
the pizza.
The dog ate the pizza.
That's true. The dog did eat the last piece of pizza.
dog really ate the last piece of pizza?
Yes.
Leave it unguarded?
Yes, I left it unguarded.
That's your bad.
Unguarded.
No.
Okay, I'm shifting the
I
players.
guess it's down to stakes. Ooh, moving
Yep.
to a new map, huh?
Diddle-diddle-diddle.
Welcome. It should
I
be
see a lot of
left
white.
of where you are.
You don't want my delicious pulled
Should be-
pork?
Ooh, there we
Oh,
are.
there we are.
Ooh. Oh, a lot of bloodstains.
You want chocolate cereal?
Do you want to
Stop
make
looking
mac and
ahead.
cheese? All right.
This is a really small map.
You want me to make mac and cheese, or do you want to make your own mac and cheese?
I got a good plate again.
Oh,
Wait, go on mute.
I like that. Wait, go on mute.
So we can't hear anything
sorry.
except mac and cheese.
I mean, I don't mind mac and cheese. Wait, we've switched maps. Can you see where you are?
Especially if you got a little chorizo in there, and
That's
Yeah,
Ooh,
very
yeah,
that
well.
sounds
queso,
delicious.
a little queso flamiato mac and cheese. That sounds amazing, actually.
I pull you over.
Sorry. I guess over's not the same as off.
Oh, did everybody pull to where I was viewing?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, we just have to.
Hey, I remember the command.
If Whit can't see anything
See,
other than white, we might have to zoom out.
What?
Hey, it's all coming back. I'm remembering. You see where you are?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That works. So you are in a small corridor, and there is a door.
Swipey, swipey?
It's a black keycard door again.
Or are you going to listen to it first?
No, I mean I haven't really heard anything. I mean, it's all been kind of like I don't want to be like paranoid. We haven't seen or heard anything. I'll just plus I've opened enough of these doors right now, Hal. I'm assuming that knowing engineering a little bit, knowing this material, I'm assuming like there's no way in heck unless there's like
It's
giant
possible that-
industrial equipment, I'm going to hear Jack on the other side of these thick doors, right?
Not really, no. I mean, you could hear the movement of something like that. You're right, but in general, these rooms would be quiet. So
Okay. All right. So I will swipe it and plaster myself against the wall to try to get some semblance of cover, just in case.
okay. Buligup leaps into the room and wields his glaive.
Just try and kill things and not valuable equipment alongside the walls.
Okay, a large metal desk with blinking lights and strange glowing panels sits atop a raised area on the east side of this room near a circular table.
Ooh, some sort of
Two couches.
ancient atrium.
Two couches covered in black material sit to the south, and a pair of black metal pillars to the south. What? What?
Couches to the
Sit
south.
to the south, a pair of black metal pillars. That's
So
not a good
we got the two
sentence.
pillars in front of us.
Yeah.
And the-
Splatters of dried blood stain the floor and walls near a pair of doors to the north, while here and there patches of rust-red mold and fungus cling to the southern wall.
Does
The room itself is brightly lit by glowing panels on the ceiling.
Does that mold resemble the russet mold we saw in the cold room with?
Make me a knowledge nature check.
Oh, that is not my forte. Can you do that untrained?
You
you can
can, but
try.
I don't think you can get a DC higher than 10. Like you can,
Yeah.
Yes.
like you can't roll. Your roll is capped at 10. So whatever your bonuses are, if you roll like a 20, it's 10, and then add your bonuses.
It's okay. I rolled a 9 anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we've seen this mold before. If we get close to it, does it start feeling cold? Like
No,
like
I believe the cold was suppressing it from something else.
it felt cold
Oh,
because it absorbed heat.
oh, that's right. Don't use heat around it because
Right.
it'll likely feed off it.
So if we start feeling,
Buligup rolls an 18, which is a 10, which isn't very helpful.
And we don't have a druid in the party, so can I mage hand a little bit into a jar to check later?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Sure. You scrape some mold into a jar.
Actually, I think I have a sample of that mold from before, and you could compare them.
Mm. Do these taste the
Samples.
same to you?
Similar. Do they taste the same?
Lick, lick, lick. Oh God, this tastes like
That's how we
pizza
get-
with pepperoni on it.
Taste purple.
I think Buligup has the best tongue in the party, though.
He could have got a racial feat that made it prehensile, but he didn't
Yeah,
get
well,
it.
he's got to go Gene Simmons next level, man.
I think if nothing's
Right.
rushing to attack you guys, I would like to check out the desk with the blinking light.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna
The desk appears to have.
I'm gonna
some,
escort you,
a-
Alexander.
Okay.
The desk has a number of small windows on it that blink and flash. Every now and again, text in Androphan flashes by with blinking patterns and random images, garbled lines of text, and strange creatures flash briefly on one of the monitors from now and again.
Can we identify A, the writing of Androphan, because he and I both read it, and or B,
Okay.
the monsters that are flashing on the screen? What role would that be?
Not necessarily monsters. There's creatures similar to the ones that you fought in the desert, but with flesh on them. There are other
Forearms?
creatures that you, yes, forearms. There's other creatures you've no idea what they are. It looks like some kind of catalog of these kind of creatures.
Oh, so it's not
But it
security footage of like inside the place or past
doesn't
video.
seem to be. Occasionally, the same image will flash up.
So this place was studying these creatures, or some sort of zoo, or
Yeah. Does the Androphan say anything like mess hall, med bay? Like, what does it say anything from what this place is?
Not really. It seems to be flashing up with text and information about the kind of creature. So it'll give heights and weights and environmental information and that kind of thing, but only in snippets, and you're not sure it's related to any of the images specifically.
is there controls on the desk, like something I can play around with to see if I can?
There's some kind
computer?
there are panels,
Computer?
lit area.
So yeah, start touching things, see if I can,
Okay. Some of the images change a little, but you don't feel like it's as the system is currently working as it should.
Mhm.
So what kind of not the metagame like this is a computer. This is some kind of like magical like ritual tablet thing, and he's the wizard. Is there
Right?
is
I
there
don't think it's
anything that-
magic though.
well, to me, it might be considered magic, right? Like,
You have the technologist feed too, right?
yeah,
You know
that's
a
true.
technologist,
That's
right?
true.
Well,
I'm just
you
trying
got
not
the
to.
archaeologist, yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those things like, are you able to interface directly, like to be able to download all of its information, like to make sense of it? Because whether it's sitting there with a book and writing some of this information down, or trying to get it all onto a floppy disk, like how do we interface with that?
I don't have a USB or anything, but I do have a new spell, but it's more for downloading from me to other people than.
Well, can it work in reverse? Can it work with this computer into you?
Not presently.
Okay. Well, while he's
We need something to plug into his anal
That's
port.
right. When R2D2 interfaced with the Death Star, that's how BB-8 was born.
Yeah, but that's also how you find power sockets.
right. While he's dickering around with this thing and distracted by it, I'm going to put my back to this little corner here, expecting this door here to open up, and I'm just going to ready an action to backstab anything that might come out of there.
Doing what? You're putting a key card into this
No,
door?
I am putting my back against the wall, waiting to backstab anything that might come out of that door. Like, I'm worried once he
That's
starts
fair.
dickering with the computer that door might open, and I'm
He'll activate something terrible.
maybe, I don't know. Wouldn't be the first time a
Hey.
wizard's like done something to make my life a problem. So
It's been hours.
remember, wizards never die; they're just metaphysically inconvenient.
Hours.
That's the goal.
That's right.
So you mess around with it. What are you trying to do? I mean, ultimately, you feel after messing with it for a couple of minutes that you're actually just the system itself is broken.
Okay.
It's just not doing anything logical. You're changing pictures and maybe some of the text is changing, but it's not pulling the information it's supposed to be pulling.
So yeah, I was trying to see if I could get a feel for how this stuff works. So if we were across a functional one, I might have a better shot at.
Maybe, but
Does
it's
it
broken.
look? Does it look like how? Do we know what broke it? Like, is the screen smashed, or do we think that it doesn't have enough power, or it got too much power? Because
It's not about the power necessarily. You think it's more about the fact that everything here just seems very, very old.
okay,
Anything look possibly salvageable from it that might be of use to us?
You can make me a perception check.
I also have knowledge engineering, if that would possibly help.
You can make me roll for that too.
Perception 18, knowledge engineering only 14.
well, the DCs might change depending on the skill, right? So
Yeah.
You look around. I mean, there are parts of this you could take with you, but it seems like most of the rest of it is kind of part of this desk. But you know that from your engineering skill that a fully working one of these things is probably worth a reasonable amount of money. Just getting it out of here and keeping it fully working is going to be a significant challenge.
Okay. Oh, well,
I'm gonna check out this room.
Behind the door?
Yeah,
Which
I mean,
one?
while Alexander's playing with that, I'm gonna check out this room, make sure nothing comes up behind us.
Okay.
I'll
How would the open?
I would open it with my brown card.
And then the
It's
mold,
your brown card.
then the floor to ceiling mold just pours out over the top of you.
Well, that's why I'm to the
So-
side, so it pours out on you.
Oh, okay.
It might make your skin shiny with the nice metal.
So you open the door with the black card. It has only the black one seems to open
Cool.
this door.
Which I still have because I never gave it
this-
back conveniently.
Right. This room contains several upright lockers, and a few like lower chests. Basically, it looks like a storage room.
Well, that sounds like a take 20 to me.
There are 5 lockers here.
Yeah, I mean, can I take 20? Like search for traps and search for locks and.
If he's
You
taking
can-
that long,
you can
I'll come
take
help
20.
help search too. So.
There's no issue here. I can tell you what you
Sure.
find.
I mean, I don't want any perception of impropriety. I'm gonna
Oh,
pony
I mean,
up
you're-
everything
you're-
I find. I'm not like ooh gems, put them in my pocket. You know.
Oh yeah,
I haven't found any gems.
I know you're the lawful
Okay.
form of evil.
Let's see here, shall we?
Are you
Perception.
still scribing thing?
Sure,
I'm not telling you to. I'm asking. I'm just saying I can.
I do
Write
have the
down.
loot sheet open, so
Searching all 5 lockers uncovers some items that you would consider useful among the junk and rubble and debris. You find a
Uniform, Ripley. Uniform, Hicks.
Long-
Uniform.
You find a long tube with a glass cap on one end
glass on one end.
that the technologist in the party recognizes something that makes light. You have found a functional flashlight.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
I do not need it. In fact, I hate the light, precious.
I don't hate the light, but I see perfectly fine in the dark. But Wit would probably like something like that.
Yes, please.
So-
You
Flashlight
would
with-
have a big rod with a big glass ball at the end. Do with that however you want.
Oh yeah.
The Maglite dildo.
Yeah.
It's got 4 D cell batteries in it.
Just go right out there and see it,
Ah.
don't you?
Let me say flashlight. Not a flashlight.
Flashlight.
It's a flashlight. That would have been more grim now, wouldn't it? Flashlight. It currently has a capacity of 10, which means it has 10 charges that's active inside it.
Oh, cool.
So when activated, it creates a beam of normal light in a 60-foot cone. It also increases the light level in the area beyond its initial cone by 1 step, out to 120 feet, It does not increase the light level in normal light or bright light. A flashlight has no effect in areas of magical darkness. One charge, of which it has 10, lasts for 8 hours. So you have 80 hours of flashlight on this flashlight.
And that's another not rechargeable doohickey.
No, you can add extra charges to this. You can add a battery to it. It is chargeable.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Or we could.
Anything that has
Could be-
capacity can be charged from a battery. So how batteries work in this is you slide them in and then it kind of pops them out once the charge transfers to the item.
Oh, good. That
So
that helps
batteries
condition this.
all have 10 charges. So you would once this runs out, you would load a battery in and it would recharge it to 10 and the battery would become dead.
Got you. Okay, well, hey, that's handy. Now, Buligup doesn't
all-
have. He has low light vision, right?
It has dark vision, I believe.
Your sound went dead. Yeah, I saw you talk twice and I didn't hear anything.
It has dark vision.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
good. Everybody but Wit and the tiger.
Vision. You also find 3 batteries.
Okay, I have batteries as well. I think I'm probably good. I think I have 10. So
Yeah.
if Wit wants to
Okay.
have the battery, or wait, no, I only have 2 batteries.
Yeah, we found 2 in the previous when we found the key card, the e-picks, and a set of
Yeah.
grippers, whatever they're for.
I don't
Because-
think I did not write the grippers on my form. I wrote the 2 batteries. Since
Twisting your nipples.
so there were 3 more batteries that we
3
found.
batteries.
Yep.
Find 3 batteries. You also find 26 silver discs.
I will just increment our previous count of silver discs.
Within one of the lockers, you find a small locked security bin.
Ooh.
All right, I will go to unlock it.
It has a white labeled panel on its surface. So you have a black e-pick, don't you?
Correct.
Yes.
So a black e-pick gives you +1 to your disabled device check.
My disabled device check.
If you're going to unlock it with the e-pick, use disable device.
Okay.
Like pick a
Right. So it's only +1. All right. So I have a pretty.
+1 from
I have a pretty.
Yeah, Brown won't let you do it. You mess around with the lock for a while, but you don't seem to be able to open it.
Okay. Can I try again? I got to mark off the charge, right?
Does it use a whole charge when you use the
I
e-pick?
don't know. You tell me. Oh yeah, it says 1 charge. Well,
It
I don't know.
uses a
Does-
charge every
I
time.
One
think
charge.
so.
no.
Yeah.
Let's look. Let me quickly. You should have it in your thing, right? In your notes.
Yeah, 1 charge
E-pick.
rechargeable.
So
Hold
out of
on.
the 3 new batteries that we find, I'll take 2 of them. Wit can have the fully charged flashlight and then 1 battery. So I don't know if you want to write that down on your form. 60-foot flashlight. You can see in the dark now with that.
Flashlight. It's better than the thing that's around her neck,
Yeah.
probably.
I also have some ranks in disabled device, but I'm not a trained rogue type, so that probably doesn't connect.
Well, can I just try it again, or how does that work?
For
Yeah.
locks, hang on. An e-pick is a device. Blah, blah. Capacity is usage is 1 charge, and it currently has 10 charges. So you now has 9 charges in the
Right.
e-pick.
So can I?
So every time you use it, it takes a charge.
All right. So I have a pretty sick. I have a +11 disabled device. Rolled kind of shite. So I'll try it
Right.
one more time. 20.
a good roll. Unfortunately, this lock is quite a challenging one.
Wow.
It is a white level lock.
Well, I mean, I have lots of charges. I mean, this might be important. It's a security chest, you said. I'm going to do it again. I mean, I'm going to keep. I mean, it's not like something you could take 20 on because there's a price of failure, right? But I'm going to keep trying it. So 2 charges. I'll use a 3rd. Yeah, 4th.
Is this anything I could use knowledge engineering to help with? Or?
Not really. It's a lock that needs to be picked.
I might have to 4 charges now or 5. I lost count. 4, right? 1, 2.
I think you've used 4 so far.
Bam, 30.
30. I don't see 30.
Yeah, I rolled a
I
natural
don't see a
19.
19.
I rolled a natural 19, and then the actual roll is 30. Because I have a plus 11 to disable
I don't
device.
see a 30.
Yeah, it hasn't shown.
I don't know. I don't
your
know what to
fifth
tell
I
you.
one.
don't see a.
I have
It's
a.
not
Showing a 19.
There's a 15, a 20, an 18, a 19, and a 30.
Yeah, it stopped showing his
Don't
rolls again.
have the.
Seriously?
Don't have the 30.
Nah, I honestly rolled
Don't have
it.
the.
I rolled a
Just-
I rolled a natural 19, and
trust
that
you.
calculates to 30.
Just point
We'll
your
trust
camera at your screen.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
That's pretty
I gotta
funny.
mark
Okay,
off
yes,
the
fair enough.
charges.
You managed to unlock it on like your 5th or 6th try. It's taken you literally probably an hour and a half sat messing with this. If everybody's okay with that.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
it
I
takes
mean,
that
it-
takes that long, eh? Okay.
looks like an important loot
Oh, yeah,
box, I guess.
First try, you're going to be dicking with this thing for a while. So it opens up, and inside the bin there are some interesting things. Does technologist allow you to automatically identify technology?
Let me check.
Otherwise, we're going to go through some nice descriptions.
I also do have technomancy as a spell, but that just gives me bonuses. Technologist. Familiar with the basics of mechanics and technology. I don't see exactly what that does.
Not very helpful.
Okay, let's see. Considered trained in any skill requiring technologist subject. If skill requires training to use on non-technological subject, you must still have ranks in it. Treat all skill checks made against technologies if they are untrained. This means you cannot attempt. Oh no, with normal. Okay, so yeah, basically it just lets me attempt technology skills.
Right, untrained.
Yeah, as well as if I'm. Yeah, you just need it to be able to use it as if you weren't untrained in the stuff.
So detect magic. It might help to determine it. I don't know how that works with the.
Technomancy is what he needs, isn't it?
Which I do have actually prepared.
Let me see. The spell functions as detect magic, except it detects the presence of technological objects instead of magical ones. The spell grants you the technologist feat for the purpose of for purpose of attempting knowledge engineering checks to identify the properties. So it looks like knowledge engineering with technologists allows you to identify items.
Okay, so I don't.
So
really...
inside, let me tell you what's in there.
Okay.
Inside the chest, there are 4 spherical metal devices with buttons on them.
Your sound is cutting out a lot. I think it's because in typing or something.
Not typing.
No, I think
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, is it because we're typing?
Okay, I heard somebody tapping keys.
That was
so-
probably me. I was trying to write down what he said.
Oh, you think that Discord's prioritizing sound when there's keyboard noise?
Maybe. So these are like
Okay.
the holy hand grenade size.
Yeah, they're like hand-sized orbs with buttons on them, and there are 4 of those. You also see a suit, like it looks like a suit, like a one-piece suit with plates on it.
I thought it
And
looked
there's
like
also-
boobs.
Some kind of thing that looks vaguely like a crossbow without the cross part. So you've seen gunslingers before, and there's something that looks like a gun in here.
Ooh. Once I make Technomancer, I can actually use guns safely.
Right? You could use guns now, right?
Yeah, poorly.
Yeah, poorly.
I will attempt to knowledge engineering the spherical metal devices.
Okay, make me knowledge engineering checks.
Well, I'm going
There are
to
3
I'm
different
going to
different ones So I'll need 3 knowledge engineering checks.
All right.
2 are the same, and then there are 2 different ones.
Is
Okay.
the archaeologist? Is that something I can assist him on, or
What does it do?
it doesn't do all the shiny that he's got, but it's kind of like Indiana Jones
Minor-
from a technology perspective, you know?
That should
knowledge
re-roll your
engineering,
mischances.
you can aid.
Time worn technological items and things like that, you know. But
1.
All
I
right.
didn't hear you, Hal. I'm sorry.
I think you can probably aid him if you have knowledge engineering.
Let's see.
I do not have a
First-
checkbox in it, so I'm not trained in it.
First one would be 14.
Yeah. Good enough for me. The 2 you have, give me a second. So the 2 that are the same, there are 2 of these.
Mhm.
Let me just edit this so it appears in your little thingy in your journal. All players and save and show players.
Ooh,
Is a
bang
bang
grenades. Nice.
It's a bang grenade.
Yeah, flashbang.
Good thing you didn't whack the box hard.
Well, that's always a risk.
Yeah, this one has
So-
numbers on it. Then it's decreasing. What do we do?
Eat it.
Deals no damage, but staggers creatures for 1 round and deafens them for 1d4 rounds with a DC 15 Fortitude save to negate.
Good against mages. No offense,
And-
Alexander.
And good for whoever has a good throwing skill.
That would be Buligup.
You
or
have a
me.
general idea of what might be in these other ones, right?
Yes. So we got 2 of the 4 are bang. Let's see. More engineering checks.
Good.
Bang, bang.
One of the others is a flash grenade. Blinds creatures for 1d4 rounds, DC 15 Fortitude to negate.
So it's
How
like
many-
a flash.
How many are those?
1 flash.
And let's see. Let's go for that again.
And all of these should be appearing in your treasure folder right now. Your journal.
It's part of the inventory he's got, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys have the journal on the right side. It should be appearing there for you as well because I'm adding them to your journal.
Yeah, they're appearing as items there where we have our character sheets and stuff.
Correct. The last one is a soft grenade. Deals 5d6 points of lethal damage.
Nice.
Thump
Damage.
gun.
Hey.
Something good to slip in a back pocket.
Right? Soft grenade.
Oh, soft grenade?
Soft grenade.
He's gonna craft one of those
Hearing
in.
from the peanut gallery.
He's gonna go and craft
Good-
one
good
of those
work,
in Borderlands 3 now.
Peanut gallery.
But if I rub this blue
Yeah,
pill
but,
on this soft grenade, it becomes.
He just brought me a pulled pork sandwich.
Aw.
Very
Aw.
nice of him.
Love.
You.
How about all pulled pork
Yeah, man, I
sandwiches?
want pulled pork.
Oh,
should put-
I'm gonna
You should
get
put
some
some of that.
pulled
We should put some of that strawberry and ghost pepper jam on that. That'll-
Yeah, you
Oh,
should.
that would be so good. You
so-
know, I'm at least thankful that Stubbs and Sweet Baby Ray's is here because
Oh yeah.
yeah, both are really good. Yeah.
yeah.
I like the brown sugar, Sweet Baby Ray's, and then there's the Stubbs is just everything's great. You guys get the gray bags because they have a chili that they make, and
Oh yeah.
there's a Hatch chili chicken that's a crock pot for green verde chicken. It's amazing, and they do
My-
a pork. They have a pork slider one too, so all 3 of those are
Mhm.
amazing.
Oh man.
And the chili is different. It's like different than like normal chili that you would have. It's got like a very strong, very nice savory flavor to it. It's really good. Damn, I'm hungry now.
You're welcome.
That's right.
I'm gonna check
Okay,
out that
what
suit of clothes / armor. I think.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear what that was.
Yeah, there's a set. It's like a single one piece
Jumpsuit.
with like odd plate on it and straps.
I could use, but I could definitely use better armor. Mine's kind of crap.
15. I could if I was like,
Yeah.
trained in armor and didn't suffer spell problems with it.
Yeah, well,
But
You
this is
might not
tech
love
armor. It
this
might
one.
not. Ooh.
It's Neuroplast armor. A lightweight, form-fitting bodysuit features a variety of pockets, straps, and a built-in interface for automatically adjusting the various colors and patterns on its fabric.
+3 on
Selecting a
stealth
color or
checks.
pattern is a full round action that consumes 1 charge and provokes an attack of opportunity. Capable of cycling through dozens of hues, the armor can even be used to adopt sophisticated camouflage patterns that grant a +3 competence on stealth checks. Whenever the wearer enters a terrain of significant different coloration, the background patterns the armor must be recalibrated. It is a light
Armor
armor.
can hold 24 charges. Wow.
It gives +2 to armor class with a max dex of +8. It has 0 penalty. It holds 24 charge capacity, which is currently full, and it has it is a 1 charge usage.
How long does a charge last, or is that per?
The charge is just to switch the color of the armor.
Oh,
That's amazing. I want it, but I don't need it as much as y'all do. Y'all are both lower in your armor class than I am.
What kind of armor do you have?
I got studded leather. I think this is actually worse.
Armor class wise, it would take you down.
Yeah,
But
it would be good for me, except for the 5% spell failure.
it's a 5% insignificant.
Is it though? Because you know it's going to happen every time he absolutely needs to cast a spell.
Well, that's the risks you take from the 75 hits you might otherwise avoid.
That's true.
If I wore this, would I have the negatives from being untrained in armor, even light? I assume.
Yeah,
Oh, what is the negative for being untrained in armor?
I think it doubles. Yeah, we might want to look it up. I want to say it doubled your penalties for armor check penalties on stuff.
There are no check penalties on this armor.
Well, then there you are.
I thought it said it was. Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyone wearing armor takes the armor check penalty to all strength and dex-based rolls. However, non-proficient characters also take that penalty to attack rolls, all skill checks involving movement. But yes, in the case of penalty of 0, you could go up in leather armor with an 8. So yes, you could wear it, and because it has a penalty of 0, it actually has no effect even on you untrained.
Boom! That's like bracers of defense right there for you, man.
So it gives you +2 armor, but you'll take a 5% spell failure.
Yay! I say go for it.
If I could make this masterwork, would I get be able to reduce that?
Well, the penalty's already 0. The masterwork only reduces
any technology item.
Hmm.
I don't think any technology item can be considered masterwork.
Not even if you use the make masterwork spell on it.
I don't know. We'd have to look into it.
Okay, you're just getting greedy now.
Well, it's on one of the lists I have access to. Technically, I'm pretty sure, but I don't remember what level it is.
What? Will it reduce the spell failure? No, it does. That masterwork doesn't reduce spell failure.
Okay.
It reduces armor penalty.
Right. That's all it does.
But if I'm using my crossbow, this would be nice.
Are you putting this on?
What was that?
Are you wearing this?
I'm tempted because that last encounter left me feeling pretty squishy.
Right. Got to remember, it'll affect your mage armor as well, right? What does mage armor give you? +4?
Yeah.
You only get one or the other. It won't stack with this because it's an armor bonus.
Mm.
Yeah, but it lasts more than 6 hours.
Is that right? Will it stack with armor? Mage armor doesn't stack with armor.
No,
does
it's
it?
an armor bonus. It won't stack.
No.
It will. It will occlude this one until it wears off, and then he'll just get the +2 instead of +4.
I'm pretty sure.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
Plus you'll be wearing a skin tight bodysuit.
Well, that's true.
Pockets.
But I can wear my robe over it.
Could wear your robe over it. That's fair.
Is that a battery
So
in your pocket, or are you happy to see us?
Definitely a battery, and it's fully charged.
I'm wondering if I should hold this out for when my mage armor goes out and sleeping and make it my pajamas.
Sleeping in my skin tight bodysuit.
Yeah, it'll be like a dry suit.
I mean, you don't need it. Wit can't. Wit it would be worse for, I think, than whatever she's got. I don't think it'd fit Buligup.
Will not fit Buligup.
I mean, it would be good for me from a armor check penalty perspective, but I don't think I'm getting any check penalties right now.
Right.
I'm getting a -1 check penalty.
Yes, for studied. So it's the balance between one armor class or not one armor class.
Well, I mean, I have that same choice now between leather armor and studded leather, right? But everyone had such a massive armor class. I thought I was pretty hot
Right.
shit until I saw the rest of the characters. I'm like, fuck. Had my ass handed to me.
I'm pretty bad on armor until my mage armor goes on, and even then I'm not super. But
Yeah. So I mean, I quite honestly, I think that Alexander is probably best suited for this guy. No pun intended.
You're wearing a so now he's got a cloak. It's like a big bonanza of prizes for Alexander today.
It looks basically
Alexander's
like a
got
superhero
clothes,
right now.
got sexy armor that accentuates his buttocks.
Does it come with nipples and a six-pack?
Oh, sure.
But
it
it's no
does.
fair because he's already got bun steel. That's not fair, man.
Right, do you want to roll for the last item?
I'll activate Spartan mode on it.
Or Val Kilmer Batman mode.
Just have the pad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you were six back.
Or activate
all-
bat nipples.
Send it to shade in the six pack on the front.
The picture almost looks like it's got little boob bumps in there.
It does. It does. It kind of is.
Lady armor.
I don't know.
It
It's very
says-
Mass Effect
It
looking.
says form fitting, so it is
It's form fitting.
multi-gender.
Well, there's always the chance if I wear this that the robots might mistake me for crew.
That's true. Maybe. Hey, Alexander, make me a roll for the last item.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So what we'll do is we'll let him go first. That's what I heard. Is that what you heard, Tatia? You heard
That's
that
what I heard.
he can go first. Then
What I heard.
Last item 20.
Oh, got it.
Boom!
You
Nailed
are
that.
identifying all the things. So what you find is this is a time-worn stun gun.
Ooh.
Time Worm's my wheelhouse too.
Time-worn stun gun.
When I become a technologist, I can fix that. Well, for me.
Here you go. This weapon uses a sonic amplifier to produce powerful low-frequency blasts of energy that pummel targets. The weapon has a relatively short range, but the fact that it deals non-lethal damage at range and can knock targets prone makes it a favorite of those seeking to capture their foes alive. A hit by a stun gun deals non-lethal damage. On a critical hit, the gun can attempt a free trip combat maneuver against the target. This attempt does not provoke an attack of opportunity. It does 1d8 lethal. Its capacity is 10 charges. Its range is 20 feet, and it takes 1 charge per shot.
Nice.
I say we could sell this as an artifact and gut the batteries on it if we have to.
It is $3,000.
It is worth a bit of money. It does require firearms skill to use it, of course.
Which is why we sell it to the museum. We have a Smithsonian in Torch, right?
Yeah.
So, the Torchsonian.
That's
Well,
right.
I'm sure that that trader that's probably a agent of the Technic League would be interested in it.
I like how paranoid you are about the Technic League.
And that's without having that trait.
They're everywhere.
Apparently.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden, you see like the other members of the group do like gangs. West Side, technically.
It also has the semi-automatic trait, which means the weapon normally fires 1 shot as an attack. However, the user can take a full attack action to fire twice, as if you had the rapid shot feat, including
Wow.
2 on all attacks. If the wielder has the rapid shot feat, she can use it to make an additional shot as well, but then takes -6 on all attacks. So you can do 3
So-
shots with it.
So what I heard was blah 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 blah. Exotic firearms proficiency needed. That's what I heard.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that going on.
Yeah.
Oh, it also has the touch ability. So instead of firing against armor class, it fires against touch AC.
Ooh.
Well, if we still have this in the inventory when I become a technomancer, then I'd be interested. But
Nobody can use it yet, right?
Exactly.
But $3
Like I said,
grand, I
just
could
like
use
a throw out,
$3
Leah was here.
I do
Leah's
like
original
money.
character that Leah was going to play could have used this gun.
and now she's in Skulls and
Okay,
Shackles.
so can you bring Leah into the room so we can all?
She's gone out to the pub.
Oh, well, good job, Leah. Just leave us all here by ourselves.
His original character was Sizzle Little Guns, the gunfighter, who had the technologist feat and was a goblin. And now she's Sizzle Little Bombs in the Skull and Shackles game, where she's a goblin alchemist.
Yeah, since we don't have her in there, I should have swapped out the fabricate bullet spell I took at first level.
Oh, I can let you. You've not cast it, so you can swap that out. I'm happy.
Okay.
That's
I'll
pretty
figure out
cool.
something.
Fabricate bullets, because bullets are super rare.
Yeah. Of course, that does mean
Yeah,
from lead
yeah.
I could make bullets to sell when we're in town.
Right, her character had the skill to make them too. She had the actual physical skills, the craft skills to make them.
So
Oh, stun gun.
so we're basically gonna sell it, or
Remember
we're gonna
the
have someone hold it in
time-worn
case we
stun
need it.
gun? Remember the gun is
Well, we're
time
going to hold it till we
worn?
get back to town, if anything. But
Hello.
does time worn stuff, does that affect the price if we try and sell it, or is everything like this considered time worn?
Time-worn technology doesn't always work as intended. There's a 50% chance that time-worn items glitch under the following conditions. When the item is first used after a month or more of inactivity, anytime a single-use consumable is used, when using an item in a way that would drain its last charge, when a item requires a d20 roll, such as a skill check or an attack roll, to activate or use, and the result is a natural 1, when a critical is confirmed against the wearer of an active defensive item, such as armor or a force field. Not all glitches are catastrophic. When an item glitches, its effect is hampered or enhanced. Or
I
is
get to.
determined.
I have a feat that lets me roll twice and pick which one I want.
Me too.
That's pretty cool. Which glitch you want.
Right, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, is the neuroplast, that's not time worn?
No, doesn't say so.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good. Oh, I feel a little more secure somehow.
I feel very nice in my sexy undergarment.
So I assume these dark door-looking things are the actual benches on the southern wall?
Yes, I'm guessing so. It's the description and the map. It's like World's Largest Dungeon all over again. There's a slight discrepancy between the map and the description. Except for in World's Largest Dungeon, entire rooms were missing.
So,
Yeah.
since we're looking for survivors of the previous thing, does that mean we should go by the blood stains in the doors and check up that way?
Sure.
Is that really what you want to do?
No. I want to find more techno whiz-bang things. And
I'm assuming Tatia is the healer of the group, so can she identify how long blood's been here? I'm assuming
What type-
thousands
what
of
type
years.
of blood it is, or,
Yeah, hundreds of years. I figured it would be like floated, dust that would blow away. But
Could
This is-
I?
is this fresh?
You can make me a healing check.
human, halfling.
Okay, so when you're not using my healing spell, like Cure Light Wounds, but
The heal's a skill, just like perception or
skill
whatever.
as
So
well.
look at
for
her
that
age.
skill.
Ooh, 8.
You've no idea. It's probably not been. It's not ancient. You know that because it's just not ancient. It is more likely to be.
The last week or two, or
It's not old. It is relatively recent, but you've no idea how recent.
Okay, so that comment about the group that we're searching for is holding more and more water as we sit here. All right. Well, what color is the panel?
Why would one want to hold water?
The panel is brown.
Okay, I'm going to be off to the side, and we will swipe the card.
I will move up.
Okay.
Assume we
The
want
door
Buligup up there too.
slides- Oh, yeah, move Buligup in. Move that boy in. He's eager to stab something with his glaive.
Stobble.
It's like that stuff.
All right. What do we see when the door slides open?
You see a corridor, sir. A corridor. All right, let me dig you out a description. Bloodstains mar the floor and walls of this hallway, while scorch marks and smears of ash on the walls evidence some sort of altercation having taken place in this area relatively recently. 4 tangled mounds of metal and other materials lie further up the hallway, surrounded by strangely colored stains.
That's not good. I will move in.
Do we need to track?
You could
Not a
try.
bad idea.
Although I guess the
Who would you like?
lack of side doors and the blood trail is probably obvious.
Well,
It is literally just a corridor heading away. Buligup can try survival.
well, I just ran. I just rolled a 2.
Fails really
I
badly.
rolled a 12, so I don't know if that helps. But I was actually gonna roll perception in this rubble over here to see if I can find. Does it look like a
Oh.
robot that like got destroyed or something similar to what we fought before?
Yeah, the pieces look like there's parts of a robot here. Yes.
Let us take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage. 15.
Buligup moves in. You search the area. Basically, everything here is destroyed. Whoever was here, however they did this, these robots have been smashed to pieces.
Well, it looks like
Buligup.
there's more than robots that met their end
Bulligup's
here, though.
poking one with his glaive.
So these blood splats, does it look like beings were disintegrated, or does it look like they died or bled, and then there's drips or drags
like-
off into other direction?
It looks like someone was injured here quite significantly, and that they were dragged off down the corridor, or some ones were injured here significantly.
Sure. Because this is like, if it's one person, this is like anime style of like 80 gallons of blood shooting directions,
Yup.
Well, the human body does have
80 gallons of anime blood.
several gallons of blood under high pressure, I believe.
Right. So I guess we'll we don't necessarily need to move in haste because this happened at least more than a couple hours ago. So I guess we're gonna continue looking around. I'm gonna search as we move along to see if there's any heaps of stuff that are salvageable. You kind of said there isn't, but I mean, I'm assuming, metagame wise, we're doing this as we go along the corridor, kind of like keeping an eye.
Sure.
Once I get up here, though, I'm gonna kind of stealth to see around this corner because I don't know what's around the corner. So
You peek around the corner and you see 2 doors, one directly ahead of you through which the blood stains seem to go,
okay.
and one to the right.
People aren't really following up behind me, but I'm assuming they will eventually. I'm gonna go over here and nuzzle in this corner, and then look to the others to see when they want me to swipe the card.
Okay, Bulligup's following you. Everyone else is. Tatia seems to be having a nap on that sofa.
Thanks.
Beep, beep,
bring
beep,
her
beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep,
There
beep,
we
beep.
go. She's zoomed in.
Thank you.
Now Buligup is holding up the rear. Oh,
Oh, we need him up front.
all right. Swipe. I'm going to swipe the door where the blood is coming. I'm going to have my weapons ready, assuming something's in there.
Okay.
Wait, before we do that,
Hmm?
can I use the detect
Yes?
magic?
Sure. It
Sure.
I think it doesn't go through material too deep, but if you get up close, it has like a 60-foot range. So I don't know if it'll go through these doors or not, but go for it. Absolutely. It's a great idea.
Okay, if I move up closer, can I still do that, or how close can I get to?
You can walk all the way up to the door.
Okay, boop. There we go. Thanks.
Casting it through the door.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, you cast detect magic through the door.
It also lasts a while too, so as long as you concentrate on it, once the door opens, you might be able to see more too.
Oh,
Okay. So
Let me check this room. Hold on, see if there's anything in it. Where is it? C4, I think it is.
Just take an M40 grenade
Yeah.
and throw it in, close the doors. Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
exactly.
What's another quote that comes to mind? They mostly come.
at night, mostly.
Okay, there's nothing magical beyond the door that you can tell. You spend a full bunch of rounds kind of scanning around. In fact, this whole area doesn't seem to have much magic in it at all. A good idea, all told.
I'll
Cool.
move up closer.
Yeah,
I assume you want
Buligup
your
wants in
tiger up
there
near
too.
you.
And Buligup's moving in behind Kiernan.
Yeah, I
So
just had
there's fight attacks by the door.
I just had some kind of hiccup here. I'm gonna.
Bill vanished.
Oh, he's
There we go.
There
reconnecting.
he
Is that
goes.
There you go.
Oh, yep. I see everybody now. Cool.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
All right. So everybody kind of moved up and the doors open. I didn't. So, what did her detect magic come up with, or did?
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's basically nothing around this area within 60 feet of you that would be considered magical.
Okay. Swipe as a card. What does the door? Like I'm basically off to the side of the wall here, so kind of in the nuzzled corner.
Okay. So
I believe in cover.
a long table with various unusual stones and dirt samples heaped on it sits along the southern wall of this room, while to the north a line of metal desks with glowing panels and buttons are placed next to a large humming device. The heart of this device seems to be some sort of flickering sphere of reddish-brown mud or dirt. Dust covers much of the room, save for a strange, clean swath before the doors, which leads to a strange humming device.
Ooh, humming device. The doors lead to a humming
Humming.
device, or the?
Device.
I want to see what it sounds like. I want to see what that sounds. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, would the blood kind of? I see some faint red. The blood stop, or does it kind of continue with these splotches here?
It kind of appears to cross this room and exit out of the southern door.
Huh.
Shall we do a quick search of this room before we follow the blood in case?
Sure.
Greetings.
Uh-oh.
Greetings. It has been a long time. Come, talk to me. There's a voice in your head.
I don't like that. My head or everybody's head? Do you guys hear that?
Everybody's head. Everybody's head.
Where do we come talk to you?
I am here. I am here. Come, speak with me.
Where is here?
Where? Yeah.
I think I just saw
It's
something up
actually
here.
inside the little boxy thing.
Oh
Why?
dear.
Technically, it's there, but I can't put it in the box because it's on the cusp of the line.
Sure.
But we'll leave it.
Oh, you know
there.
what? There was a way that I was able to do it in my roll. Pull it.
You
off.
can. I think you can like not snap it.
Yeah.
It might be with like a Alt Command. Maybe I can move it and drop it off the snap.
Oh, so it's a
Whatever. It's
creature
fine.
that's
It's
in a
in the
cage.
room. Yeah, you notice that it seems to be like a brain-shaped fungus of some kind.
Like
Why
a brain
can't
on
you
legs.
talk to us from here? If I move over there and you kill me, I'm not gonna feel very smart. Can't you just talk to me from here?
I won't kill anyone. I am here for conversation only.
That seems strange. Can you tell me why there's blood everywhere first?
Ah, red food.
Hal, as a quick side, I'm going to prepare something. While they're conversing, because she's the face of the group and he's the brains of the
Yeah.
group. I'm the cunning of the group.
That's
What I'm going to do
okay.
is, if this guy's talking in my head, I'm going to think about math, the girl that I saw at the harvest last weekend, the last drink that I had. I'm gonna like do a whole bunch of
Sure.
complex things in my head to confuse it, and I'm gonna get a ready to action with my ink. Like I have an ink bottle along with a quill and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have an ink pen or an ink bottle, and I'm gonna smash it on the glass of the window, blocking its view from us in the group. If like the ready to action is if anybody starts to be like like screaming their head, or they start to like
Got you.
must kill Tatia, if they start acting wonky, I'm
I come
smashing
forward,
the
my master.
yeah.
While it's talking to you, you realize that you feel like your memories are being poked around with.
Hey,
I'm trying to combat it by doing like stupid
Everyone can make
thoughts.
me a will save.
Will?
All of us, or
Mhm.
just me,
All of
or
us?
everybody?
Everybody is within range of this effect.
Bam! 19.
Damn.
That's pretty good. Buligup rolled an 8. Buligup is affected. Buligup just stands and looks a bit confused for a minute.
18.
Do you want to roll for your cat?
oh yes, yeah, I do.
He
Josh
starts
just got
eating
the big
pizza with
roll.
pineapple on it. Oh my god.
Right?
Good.
Even Buligup's thinking that's a great idea right now. It's almost like somebody says shuffling through your memories. So Nicodemus and Buligup are affected. Seems they just look a little. Buligup looks a bit disturbed. I do not like this. It makes me remember things I do not want to remember.
How long have you been here, sir or
I
ma'am?
have been here a very long time. Very long.
Okay,
What?
so how
Where
long is
am
a very
I?
long time?
Where-
Because
where is
you
this?
know,
Where is this place?
What effect does it seem like on Buligup? And I mean, do people are like grabbing their heads, or I mean, I'm just saying,
No,
if it
he
doesn't
looks-
fire off my ready to action, it doesn't. That's fine.
He just looks a bit confused, and what he said was that it's making him remember things he doesn't want to remember.
I'll move.
Remembering the death of his village over and over.
Yeah, I'll move in closer and just get ready to like. I mean, I'm gonna hide it in my hand so that it's not obvious what I have. But I'm also going to not think about it just in case. So I'm gonna get.
I'm not thinking about it. No.
I'm pretty sure that's like how one of the big monsters in Ghostbusters happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't
Deep up
think
marshmallow
about
man.
It just sort of popped in there. All of a sudden, we see a giant Tatia walking around, and everyone's looking up her skirt, like that one combat that we had. I'm sorry, it just popped into my head. I couldn't help it.
That's pretty funny.
That was actually
where am I?
Alexander. It
The
was
Stay Puft
Alexander
Muff
that was
Man.
down there. The Stay Puffed. Don't talk about Stay Puffed.
What is this place? Where am I?
You're in a box in a metal room.
I can get out.
Lovely.
It wiggles tendrils that are at the bottom, and the door kind of slides open as it pushes it open.
Oh, it's not filled with liquid or anything?
See? No, it just seems to be sat in the box, but it seems to be able to open
Do
it.
you have a name?
No. What is the name?
A way to refer to yourself or others?
I have had no need to do so. No one has really talked to me.
Have other people been by here, like the bleeding ones with the red food?
Red food? Yes, it was delicious.
What do you mean?
The red food. Do you have any more?
I'll point to the red spinning ball. That or that, and then I'll point on the floor.
Yes, the red food. I ate what was here.
On the floor is what I pointed.
Yes, the floor.
Okay.
Carnivorous.
Or might be
Who
a
are you?
hemivore.
Do you?
What are you?
Oh. So you are you hungry?
Yes, I am starving.
Well, can we help you get more of the red food?
Red food. Yes.
Okay, how can we do that?
You have any?
You know what? I may be able to get some for you. We do have that red moldy stuff that we picked up. Is that what she's asking for?
No. The red food.
Well,
That
obviously,
that was left
obviously it's gone.
I know.
Obviously, it's gone through the door in the south. You have to go that way.
red food.
So
Right,
is
the
it
red
some
food.
of
The red food's that way.
is still splattered about the room?
Actually, this room looks reasonably clean. The
Looks
assumption you
clean.
can make is that it has eaten it.
Okay.
It has licked up the blood off the floor.
Are you able to show us what this red food looks like?
There.
If you're able to speak to
Here.
us, can you show us things?
Yes. Maybe.
How?
You get a flash. You get a flash in your head of some metallic robot dragging a number of bodies across the room and leaving pools of blood behind that have since now been cleaned up.
So how long?
Bodies look like.
Yeah, human or halfling or
Just a very quick flash. You didn't really recognize them. But yes, they were humanoid.
So it seems like you eat fucking people.
Two arms or four? Did we catch that much?
What?
2 arms or 4? Did we catch that much?
2 arms. 2 arms.
Didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Oh,
2.
okay.
2 arms.
Well, I'm gonna say that the rest of the red meat went through the doors in the south. That's where the robots went, right?
Yes.
We
So
can
go
go
there.
get
Go
that
there.
meat for you. Do you want us
We
to go
can-
over there and do that for you?
Yes. Bring me red meat.
All right. Cool. Anything
Be
else?
quick.
If we do this, what would you give us in return?
Be quick. I am hungry.
Okay. And if we satisfy that craving, what will you give us?
I am hungry.
Lordy mercy, you are pushy, but you come on. Come on.
I am hungry.
Uh,
Feed me now.
Okay, all right. Well, then get that door open for us and we'll be on our merry way.
What is a door?
All right, bye.
Okay, you're crossing the room and going to find some red food.
I will call you Audrey
Right?
too.
Definitely a bit of that going on, I feel.
Thank you. Have a good day. We will be back soon, my friend.
Bring me red food.
You got it, dude. Or dudette, or either, or whatever. I don't know.
Swipe the card and get out of
I don't-
Dodge.
I don't like things being in my head.
Still, you feel it as you leave the room. You feel it getting more distant, but you can still sense it there.
Hmm.
Buligup is unhappy.
Maybe we should invite it to be part of our party.
Be a player character.
Can we?
Can it do anything?
Can it wield a gun?
I'm sure it's
No,
got
it sounds
tendrils.
like it has
Did-
fucking
did-
mind
did-
powers, and as long as I feed it and it uses its mind powers to help, sweet partnership here.
Did you see my Facebook post that I
Hmm.
think
I
I
did
sent you
not.
guys? It was
Well,
the Pathfinder gunslinger that took a couple dip levels in Druid, and it could morph into like a squid, and it had 10 tentacles, all with guns.
Yes.
It's totally
The Gloctopus.
Gloctopus,
That's
exactly.
amazing.
a Gloctopus.
No, I
That
can't
would be
see
sick.
anything on Facebook because I don't have Facebook.
You could fight a
Oh.
pantheon of gods with
Because I am a hipster douchebag.
There you are.
well, you're on Messenger. You're on Facebook Messenger, right?
I do, yeah. So technically, I haven't removed like everything. You can go like deactivated, and then you can go like off the grid. And I haven't gone off the grid.
Yeah, you just sort of went like John Denver, Colorado, granola eating, not like Ted Kaczynski Unabomber.
There you go.
Not quite that off.
Okay, so we still feel like all of us feel that way, or just the people that failed the saves feel like it's still.
Everybody feels like it's still you. Even if when you're past save, you could still feel him rummaging around in your head.
Hopefully, it doesn't figure out how to open doors from our heads.
Can we drive a bargain with this fella? That if we carry him along with us as our new companion, that as long as we give him meat, he'll stay the fuck out of our brains?
Maybe not, but you currently leaving the room unless you want to
I
retalk
think that's
to
the
him.
only way it can talk. So
It is the only way it can talk. There's like a pile of characters here. There we go. Everyone was piled on top of Alexander.
let's
You
follow
going through
the
this door?
red
So
meat trail.
I'm assuming that I open a door, or I can open.
Yeah.
Yes, the blood trail continues beyond the door, uncleaned, and goes to the door to your left.
So I don't know what's around the corner here, so I'm going here, and I'm going to peek around the corner, and then I assume I
Okay,
see
you-
what I see, right? So
An empty corridor ahead of you with the doors at the end that are double doors and small individual doors either side.
all right. Well, I will come over here, and because of the blood and everything like that, I'm on. Do the perception, listen to the
You
door.
cut out there for a second.
Say again.
Cut out there for a second for me. Hello?
Yeah, sorry,
Hello?
I had to sneeze, so I turned my volume off.
Ah, you cut out briefly.
Yeah, I wasn't having a stroke, I was sneezing.
Sure.
I'm not
What did you say
bipolar.
about
I hate being bipolar. It's awesome.
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, obviously, I don't know specifics, but I think that the most interesting cases that Evan has are the psych cases. And like, I didn't know what bipolar was really like. And then hearing some of the crazy stuff that happens, like people are just gone for 6 days and like
Mhm.
nobody knows where they are and they go and spend all this money and they can't go to sleep. And it's like, whoa, it's pretty intense.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know. I think it's really interesting, though. I mean, it's sad and that it's interesting. I don't know. Our brains are miraculous.
Right. Okay, are you opening this door?
Well, once we have the group around here, yeah, I'm gonna open the door. Same
Looks like
MO.
the-
All right, so we see like, do we see any chunkies?
I mean,
Like,
Like
I mean, where the blood is going into the room? Do we see like bodies hanging from a ceiling, like Predator style?
oh, you open the door.
Yeah.
Metal desks sit to the north and south of this long room, yet the most distinctive features are a pair of odd bed-like tables flanked by curving panels of blinking, pulsing lights. Moving armatures of metal extend out over the beds, each outfitted with glowing panes of glass and strangely glowing tools. The chamber reeks of blood with great crimson stains splashed across the device, beds, and floor.
Great. Hellraiser med bay.
Well, I was gonna say that too, like some kind of med bay, because maybe the robots were like, oh, damaged humanoids, bring them to medical, even though they were the ones that damaged them, right?
Or damaged, yeah, damaged surgical bot.
Behind the
Damaging even.
door, there is a large white robot.
Speaking of,
It whirs and kind of turns to you. It has liquid tubes running down the back of it. It has kind of, it's stood on 4 legs, but has a human torso coming out of the middle, and it has 2 hands. One of its hands has long, thin, needle-like protrusions coming out of it.
Frickin' Edward Scissorhands, the robotic centaur. What the fuck?
Basically, it's definitely Edward Scissorhands' robotic centaur friend.
Uh,
We'll be having some initiative, please.
please remember to
bastard.
select your token before rolling initiative.
You bastard!
Pull the turn order in so the folks who are not watching can watch. Look at you
Boop.
guys going for it. I need to roll separately because I don't have the token is here, but I don't think it has an initiative to roll.
Looks like it's on a different level. Like it seems faded to me. So I don't know if it's at the token level.
I think
or
it's
the
just
GM
the
level.
token.
Everyone's
It's just-
faster than Alexander.
I feel it's just the token. What do I roll for you, Mr. Robot? Shh. Oh, that's not so good.
Droppy, droppy.
Oh my
Robot's on a
goodness.
17.
But it's Buligup, of course, right?
I'll get him. Hold on. Setting the...
No, that's not the robot that had a 17. That was Buligup.
No, that was the
Obviously.
robot. Buligup is getting.
Damn bastard! All right.
I can roll Bulligup's initiative. Gets a 10, as always.
Wow,
Super
he's slower
slow.
than me. Wow.
Okay, Kiernan, it's
All
you.
right. Well,
It seems to be whirring up to kind of.
well, if it notices us and I hear like a power.
Definitely noticed you. It seems to be coming at you.
Well, I'm boom, boom, double stabby. I mean, it's flat-footed right now to me, so I get sneak.
Oh, yes, that's true. Although it is a robot. Do you get sneak against robots?
I don't know.
Probably.
No, I thought it. Did I? I thought I did, but it was like it was vulnerable. It was vulnerable to criticals, if I recall too. So
Construct traits, right?
So I rolled a
I think so.
14 and a 22.
Hold on. I think construct. There we go. Constructs.
I think he can do precision damage.
I seem to remember us looking that up, and it was like it didn't say that it didn't. You know, or wow, I'll let him look it up. I don't recall.
Yeah, Pathfinder, a lot more
Traits.
stuff is.
That's fine.
No construction, no constitution score, low light vision, dark vision, immunity to all mind affecting spells, immunity to disease, death effects, necromancy, paralysis, poison, sleep effects, and stunning. Cannot heal damage on its own. A construct with past healing quality still benefits from that quality. A construct cannot be raised or resurrected. A construct has to be destroyed. Immune to any effect that requires fortitude. Not subject to ability damage, ability drain, fatigue, exhaustion, energy drain, or non-lethal damage. Doesn't say anything about being immune to critical hits.
Yay! Well, not immune to crit. Yeah, immune to precision. So okay, so I guess I don't know what it's. Now its AC is flat-footed right now because it hasn't acted yet, right? So does a 14 hit it?
Correct. Yes.
Sweet. So I do 7 + 4 + 4. So I do 15 damage.
That's good damage.
Boom, boom.
That's good damage. You kind of slice into it, and pieces of it kind of chop away a little bit, and cut some of the cabling, and bits of liquid squirt out, and it's just not very pleasant.
I'm used to liquid squirting on me.
The fluids.
Turn your head and cough next time, you bastard. All right. So that was now he hasn't acted yet. So I'm gonna go through his square and get
Okay.
behind him.
All right. Okay. Tatia, it's you. There's a robot.
Robots kind of confuse me. I'm not really sure what to do with them. And so
Smash them.
Wing that big ass flail you
I
got.
think I'm just gonna take a whack at it.
You're gonna use.
Well, I was thinking I would use star.
Well, that does a lot less
Star knife.
damage, doesn't it?
I thought it did more damage.
What?
No, that flail does 1d10 + 3. I thought, doesn't it?
True. Star knife, she hits more often, I think. Since she picked
Oh,
up
she uses
her...
the star. She can throw it from where she's at, maybe. But I mean, I
Yeah,
thought
but
that's true.
my
I thought
range
that
isn't very good. My melee's better.
Yeah, she's right. And yes, you're right. It's 1d8 + 3 for the Morning Star, as opposed to 1d4 + 3 for the Star Knife. But you got to remember, the Star Knife is the weapon of her
Of her
deity.
god, yeah.
Sure. That's preferential weapon. Preferential weapon then. Up to you.
I would use my Morning Star.
Get it.
So move on in there. You got to move up to hit it, right?
Okay.
Ooh, nice damage.
10 is good.
Beep. Oh, I
You
guess.
smash it. And you beat it very hard with your Morning Star. It is rather
Okay,
upset
so
by this.
Buligup needs to move there so I can get flank.
Does he though?
She moved here.
Oh,
So that was the strategy that
right.
I to hear.
But it's the robot's turn now. Robot has numerous options. What are its attacks? Let's see here. It's
He's
not very
going to
exciting.
heal Tatia of 3 points of damage.
It's that it kind of chirps and speaks in a very crisp and clear language that two of you understand.
Ah,
It speaks in Androphan.
Mhm.
Yep.
Please remain calm. You are to undergo a medical procedure.
No, I'm not.
You don't understand it. It just sounds like garbage to you.
Last time I submitted to that, I had leeches put on my taint. No, thank you.
Right? He's not going to do that to you.
deactivate.
Warning, Ro
Saying that-
Robinson. Warning.
You're shouting that in Androphan.
Yeah, see if that has any effect on it.
The doctor will be with you shortly.
Do you take Blue Cross Blue Shield? Bastard!
It's
Fill
funny.
out your TPS reports.
Let's see.
Well, we did
two
say
of
we were
you
going to
hit
get
it so
the.
far,
There's some.
so let's see.
This is where we get the red meat for the other guy.
It's going for Bill
All
with a
right.
claw.
Oh no, not even Kiernan.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, it swings at you with its claw for. I don't have this creature in here yet, so I'm having to manually do it.
So it rolls a natural one. That's the rule, right?
19 to
God
hit.
damn it! Yeah, hits.
It swings at you with its claw and strikes deeply. It's the one with the needles on it.
Oh, lovely.
Ruh-roh.
Everyone loves a little bit of a needle stick, don't they?
Only I had a cloak of resistance to help with that saving throw.
I think there's going to be a saving throw. You can take 8 points of damage.
Ow!
And additionally, you feel it injecting something into you.
Would be the first thing that's been injected in me.
Oh, another new experience for you.
You can make me a fortitude save,
God
please.
bastard. Right,
A 7. That's a terrible fortitude save. You feel like part of your arms go where it hit you. You feel a numbness spreading from that location. You're at a -2 penalty to strength.
Do I what? I didn't hear you.
You're at a -2 penalty to strength.
How do I mark that?
Oh, well,
11 is a +0, correct?
Yep.
There might be something up in the character sheet at the top underneath the.
Yeah, you can put a
is there
temp
anything under
modifier.
the section?
Oops. That's the modifier.
Where
There we
did
go.
you-
I see it. Cool. So yeah, so there's a little lightning bolt next to it, and it says strength is now 11 instead of 13.
How do you do that? Oh, you go into strength and do it that way.
Yeah. So there's a strength score, a strength modifier, and then there's a temp. So inside the temp, I put
Oh.
-2, and it puts a lightning bolt of, and it
cool.
automatically deduced the score to 11 and the modifier to. So it looks
Does it adjust
right.
things like your hit bonuses and stuff?
Yeah. I use Dex, and I see my
Oh, okay,
strength
that's
modifier to damage, so that did work.
Okay, cool.
God damn, these sheets are amazing.
Okay.
Well done finding
I
these
know.
character sheets.
I remember playing with this like years ago, and it used to be awful,
Yeah.
but it's so much
This is
better
so
now.
slick.
Well, every time they revamp the sheet, though, things like move around, and you have to check that your values stayed the same. So.
Everything broke every time they did it, but now they seem to have got it right. It's really good.
But the problem I
Okay,
was having was when I was I would use my mouse to scroll up or down, and all of a sudden I'd have like a negative 54
numbers.
ability bonus on something. Shit.
Yeah, I can see that being easy to do.
All right, so the doctor will see me shortly. Yeah, fuck this guy.
Well, the doctor will see you shortly.
Yeah, well, gonna see the back of my fist. Want the front of the hand or the back of the hand, bitch?
He just gave you a dose of the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm tripping, man. Be like Dave Chappelle. Yo, man, you got any more of that shit?
So, Alexander, it's you.
Well, it didn't seem to want to shut down when I told it, so I will 5 foot to there so I can see it, and
Initiate self-destruct.
what the heck? I am going to pew on it with my magic missile that I now have.
Pew, pew.
Oh, you're gonna pew on it, are you?
That's the command word. Space Force. Pew pew.
I only get 1 pew though.
Oh,
DACA.
pew it. 1d4 plus 1.
4.
Is there a
Brilliant.
calculation in there? Oh, 4. It's way at the top. Well, that's a good shot. You shoot at it, and it takes 4 points of damage, which is pretty great.
Right. Doesn't have to roll to
Kinda
hit.
blast-
Nope. It's one of the beautiful things of that spell.
Never has to roll to hit. Best thing about Magic Missile. And it also scales very briefly with your level. Buligup short hafts his glaive and takes a swing at it. Buligup is +1 to hit here and +1 to damage because this is a robot and Buligup hates
Favorite
them.
enemy, huh?
He actually has a trait. Does hate them. Yeah, it's a trait called
Bigot.
Robot Slayer. +1 on attack rolls and it's attack and dodge, not damage. So it's attack and dodge against robots. It's one of the campaign traits.
Stupid Kellids like the barmaid that is putting us up.
Right? So +1 to hit. So whatever this is, +1. That's an 11. Buligup misses yet again. Buligup's looking forward to multiple attacks so that he can attempt to hit and fail multiple times.
And impressive. Yes.
I have 3 attacks per round, and I missed 3 times now. I'm improving.
Kiernan.
Little green bastard. All right. I'm going to stabby again. Son of a bitch.
You aren't flanking unless you move.
Well, actually, can I do a 5-foot step and move?
You can 5 foot.
All right, I'll do that in an attack, but I miss, I think. Or unless a 16 hits.
16
Wait,
does
if
it.
you move next to me, can you do that? And then would it be easier? Because I would like to heal you.
No, I need to flank to get my damage.
There's always one character who you don't see all the rolls for in Roll20. It's really weird. I wonder if it just randomly generates them when you log in.
Oh, you're not seeing what I rolled?
We didn't see that roll.
Oh, so I rolled a 6
That's
for
okay.
1, and that's a miss, I'm assuming. And I rolled a 16 for the next
16
one.
hits.
And so that does 5 damage, and my sneak is 4 for a total of 9.
And it is kaput.
Suck it, Sparky.
So apparently I can't select it to kaput it.
And I'll
There we go.
be like
I was gone further or faster than I thought. Yeah.
and I'll like put my hand on
That
the
was
wall
a pretty
and
quick combat, honestly, because it
What's
rolled
that?
so badly. It was a pretty quick combat.
well, we had to jump on it because I got a high initiative. Got a good sneak on it.
Search for survivors,
Huh.
usable things from the robot.
I've got poisoned, so I'm like interested in that at the moment.
You were going numb.
Can I
You're at
heal
minus
him?
strength for a while.
It's probably not fatal.
Probably.
Bag.
Yeah, there's Sparky. I'm about to dip into Ranger class with this guy over here, anti-robot. They're dragging chunky bits through hallways. Where's the cleaning robots? What kind of anyway?
Yeah, dang it. Can I help this man?
You don't think there's anything you can do? You've got no way to get what is in there out. So he's been injected with something. It's like him drinking a potion.
Suck out the poison.
It'll probably
Just
wear
gotta
off
keep
in a few hours.
You're just gonna have to keep an eye on him and hope it doesn't die.
We could put him on one of the beds for a minute.
Yeah, you could have a lie down.
You know what? I'm gonna do what the listeners want, Hal, because that's how much I like RPG MP3. I
want.
am gonna take a chance and drink one of the Numerian fluids.
Oh,
Really?
oh God.
Really?
Do I know what those do? I mean, do I have any
Crazy.
concept of?
You know people get addicted to them and that they are really dangerous.
Oh, well, maybe that's not a good idea
You
if
know
I
they're
don't think it'll
addictive
help.
because
But
see
you can get glorious
people
results
sell
too.
everything to get them.
I
Yeah.
believe you want to roll really high.
I think I can roll twice and take the better of the two, though.
Check that if it's not just for glitches, that it is for fluids.
I believe it's just for glitches.
It's
So
just
I've
for
got that
glitches.
trait.
Yeah, it's just for glitches.
Oh, come on. No guts, no glory.
Thought there was one.
Are you doing it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna mark.
Really?
So how many I have 4 pints. What does that mean?
So
Do I
4
have to-
doses.
You have to drink a pint of it for it to have an effect.
Okay, so I will mark off 1 pint.
Oh, can I attempt to identify those blue potions we got in the, I think it was the blind
Oh, should
hive
I
fight? in the first one
should I
too?
do that?
Idiot.
Should you do that first before I do this then?
Well, no, I want to see what happens. I might want to do that while you're drinking the fluids, though.
Sure. Push the button. So I get a pop-up with standard side effects or exceptional side effects.
I believe you want to start with the standard ones.
Do I? Do I really?
Do you?
Oh, I clicked it and nothing happened. I see standard side effects. Is that a button?
Yeah. So yeah, click it. It's a button. The drinker takes 2d4 points
Damn.
of drain from a random ability score.
Okay, so
Ouch.
I will do 2 die 4,
No, yeah, do 2d4.
and that is 6. Okay, and then 1 die.
Oh, wow. So do a 1d6 and take it from the top. Strength, dex,
Oh, it's
con.
that's what I was looking for. It's 6 things, right? Okay,
Yeah, that's 6. Shit.
3.
Charisma.
Con shit.
It's constitute. 6 from constitution.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Boom. I got 6 con now. I'm worse than Alexander.
What does that do to your hit points?
It didn't change them, interestingly enough.
Good. That's horrifying.
Hey, no
least it
guts,
wasn't-
no guts, no glory.
At least it's not a permanent effect.
Okay, so you actually get an effect from the fluids as well. You get D4 wisdom for D4 hours.
Ooh.
Alrighty, watch that be like nothing. All right, let's see here. Foe.
So that's 4 wisdom for how many hours?
Yeah, so now my will save's better, so I can go in and talk to the little brain jelly in the other room.
So you learned the wisdom of not drinking the fluids.
Yeah, I have a -2 fort right now, but a +3 will.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so I will attempt to identify those blue potions.
Okay, make me a tasty alchemy check.
Oh, I can't do a spellcraft or anything on those.
I think it's alchemy for IDing potions, right?
Oh, that sucks.
Ah! Shoot.
Because that I do not have trained, I believe.
Checking.
Yeah, I have no craft alchemy.
You might be able to do it another way. Identifying potions. Hello, scroll for me. Thank you. Potions and oils. Identifying. Find. Identify. In addition to the standard methods of identification, APCs can sample from each container they find to attempt to determine the nature of the liquid. So I'm assuming that means you can identify it with normal stuff for identifying magic, or you can do it with a perception check if you wish, by tasting it.
Lick it.
So so if it's a normal stuff for magic, that'd be spellcraft?
Yes. With the detect magic running.
I'll kick up detect magic and fire.
Come on, baby, lick it.
Lick it.
12.
It's good enough. They're only low level. It's a potion. It's the potions of cure light.
Excellent.
blueberry juice.
Still, I don't think that'll do anything for.
Yeah, I don't know if
Poisonous
there's
stuff.
I don't know if there's options to forego the hit point healing and heal ability damage. I might have to rest that off or.
No, ability damage is going to be restoration, is what you need for that.
Well, it's drain, right? So that's temporary, if I remember right.
Yeah, drain is temporary. It's damage that's permanent. But it's still going to take him like a day a point to actually regain it. Something like that. We'd have to look up for drain because I can't actually remember. Running D&D and other things is really screws up which role.
I hear you. It's totally.
What?
That's so funny.
Chuckling. It's just randomly chuckling. And frozen. Which is laughing and also frozen and now vanished and now dropped off.
Uh-oh.
Technical issues. Technical problems.
Let's see. Oh, damage can be healed naturally. Okay, never mind. Drain is permanent and can only be restored through magic. That's the bad part. That's the bad one.
Wit.
You just chuckled.
Yeah. Wit. What's going on? You're really loud. It's like.
Wait, what's happening?
Hold on.
Right there, you fell offline.
I sent it to you on Messenger.
Couldn't hear anything.
Everything froze. And
Oh, we all
you were making an amazing face.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate. That's what you were chuckling at. That's funny. That is pretty funny.
So that's bad news for our rogue.
Yeah.
Oh, huh. Numerian fluids also do damage to your constitution.
Well, that's what I
you need
rolled.
to take,
That's what I rolled.
yeah, you need to take you need to take D2 damage to your con.
Okay. Well, damage or drain?
Damage.
So it was drain. So damage is the stuff that you can heal naturally. Drain's the stuff that requires magic to fix it.
Yeah, as ability score damage heals at a rate of 1 point per day. No, damage heals at 1 point per day, right?
Right. It's the drain that you need restoration and whatnot for.
Right. So that's the whoa my god. So he's got 6 points of drain that he needs to cast restoration on, and 2 points of damage. So you've lost 8 con from drinking that.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And you also need to make me a fortitude save.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of stuff on this character for a sec. Give me 2 seconds here.
I know. We got
-6 con. Drain. Oops. Why doesn't the notes make it longer?
And none of us can help him?
Not until we can get lesser restoration. If we go up a level, lesser restoration becomes available at level 2 second level spells.
That wisdom bonus lasted how many hours? 6 hours?
D4.
How much?
1d4.
4 hours?
1d4.
Oh.
I'll roll it. So.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I mean, your sound is cutting out again. The first 2 seconds of your speech is cut off. 2.
2 hours. Somebody's taking a record of this.
Yeah, that's what I'm writing down on my notes here. But this is probably the last Numenarian fluid I drank.
Yeah, it looks like.
Well, that depends on whether you pass this fortitude save or not.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Well, hold on a second. I gotta take more con damage because that affects my fortitude.
Oh yeah, right. Shit.
There we go. 8.
Welcome to the world of addiction to Numerian fluid.
All right.
You have 3 more doses. So,
okay.
Drain requires actual full restoration.
No, I thought it was.
Seriously?
Because Lesser does magical effects that are reducing ability score, but it says for full restoration, it'll restore all points permanently drained from a single ability score.
You have to have drain or lesser restoration, or not full restoration.
For any magical effects, reducing one ability score or cures 1d4 of temporary ability damage, but also eliminates fatigue.
It does not restore permanent
Exhaustion.
ability drain.
Yeah. So you actually need restoration, which is also requires the 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
What's the level?
It's a 4th level cleric and paladin.
So the cleric in town can cast it probably, but you'd have to go to town.
Yeah, if it's a negative level, it's 1,000 gold. But
Very influence. I hope someone
Hey,
would drink.
I'm trying to do stuff for flavor, man.
I know, I like that. You're just like, I feel like crap. I'm gonna try drinking this and see if it makes me feel
Well,
better.
if you don't know, you don't know. It could have healed it.
if you roll up in the top 10th percentile, I think you can actually permanently grow wings in one of those.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of shit you can do. If you can get to like the super effects, they're amazing. But they're rare.
Well, that's like the old potion of miscability tables. You could explode, or you could get like permanent effects of the potions, or.
Okay, it's a minor addiction. Each addiction causes a persistent penalty to ability scores, lasting for as long as the character has the disease. In the case of moderate and severe, the character also cannot naturally heal ability damage dealt by the drug that causes the addiction. Jesus Christ.
Well, that didn't.
And you thought the rum was, you thought the rum was bad.
Wow. It's why I just blanked out the rum from Skull and Shackles, because I don't want to be dealing with this shit. Wow. Each form of addiction encourages sufferers to continue making use of the drug they are addicted to. While the character is benefiting from the effects of the drug he is addicted to, he does not suffer the penalties of his addiction. While he still receives
As long as you
the
keep taking it, you don't have to
So,
withdraw.
So I'm unconscious and dying.
are you actually unconscious?
Well, I have a -8 modifier.
Oh, it dropped
I have a
your-
minus. No. I have a -3 modifier, so I have 6 hit points that I have to take off now. Right? So I have 3 hit points.
So a minor addiction is every day, without the stuff, you're going to take a -2 penalty on Constitution.
So,
As well.
friend
But
Kiernan,
right now you're okay because you're on the drug you're addicted to.
friend Kiernan, do you feel well enough to swim to the surface of the lake, since we don't have water breathing, to get back to town to heal up?
Probably, but I can't hold my breath for too long. I don't know. It only seemed like it was 20, 30 feet. It didn't seem like it was.
It's going to be fine. How long can you hold your breath with -6 to con?
-8 to con. Thank you very much.
So what's your con score now at the moment?
4.
We're gonna have to get you one of those Stephen Hawking chairs.
I don't have a bad con normally. -8. Shit.
So I say we search this room in the robot corpse and then retreat back to see if the cleric can help you.
I might need healing before we search anything. I got 3 hit points.
Well,
What's your maximum at the moment?
What's my what?
What's your max hit points at the moment?
I still can't hear you. I want to say I think I
Your
read your
max
lips
hit
and said
points.
max.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
a
what
good.
maximum hit points at the moment?
So it was 17. And I should probably mark that down so I don't forget that.
Right, and right now it's down 6. Did you say? So it's
Yeah.
down to 11.
Yep.
So, hooray! Am I clipping for everybody or just for Bill?
Yeah, you're clipping a bit for me, yeah.
Super annoying. I feel like it happens after a while. I wonder if it's Discord. Maybe we need to stop and restart Discord every now and again.
Maybe. Everybody else seems to be coming through fairly solid for me, though, which is weird.
Weird. It's like because I'm running 15 things here, and this computer I'm playing on is actually on the Wi-Fi. I should probably plug it in.
I bet
that might do it. Yeah.
So, what are you doing? Are you returning to the surface at this point with your newly addicted friend?
I think so, but I'd like to search this room in the robot corpse first.
Okay, searching away. Let's see what's in here. Give me a perception check.
All of us.
Yeah, if you want to search the room.
Boom. Whoops, I gave one for Kiernan.
Wow. I
20
fumbled my perception.
26 for me.
Holy shit! Yeah. It takes you a while because obviously you get exhausted moving 5 or 10 feet because you've got crappy constitution. But
I don't have a
You search-
walker.
right, just want to find a cane or something. You search this room, and there isn't actually anything in this room. It looks like people have literally been sliced to pieces on these beds.
Are there identifiable bits of people to see if we can see who's been
Not
here or
really,
personal artifacts?
No, there isn't.
Hmm.
No chunky
It's pretty
flesh
awful.
left. No chunky flesh left for.
There's bits of chunks of people, but not really anything else.
So like no cutaway clothes and rings and
Hair.
There's not much at all.
So
what
did-
about the
with the
robot?
tech
Is there those fluids he was doing or whatever? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's in a tank on his back. There's 2 doses of it.
Let's collect that up, eh?
Yeah, salvage up the tank of Bill crippling juice.
It's anesthesia.
Oh,
So here's the thing. I gotta track this separate.
-2 to strength comes from the anesthesia, which will have worn off by the time you leave this place.
Gotcha. That was all that did was the strength. Okay.
Correct. Character sheet must be covered in little lightning bolts at this point.
yes, it is.
Yeah, I got 3 stats. I got my strength down to 11, my con down to 4, my wisdom up to 16.
So do we want to risk passing through this the straight shot to the main to where we entered then?
You mean straight down the corridor? You suspect that it connects?
Yeah, because I'm not wanting to haul my bleeding compatriots past the
Creepy
brain.
little brain monster.
Yeah, that wants red food. Do you guys consent to that?
Yeah. Sure. I'm not gonna lead the way though.
Let's do
Going
it.
that way?
Pardon?
Yeah.
Move thyself. All right, there's a door.
I'm gonna have my bow out now.
All right. I'm probably not the best fighter up front, but I've got fancy new armor at least, so I will swipe a card in the door.
Yeah.
Okay, you swipe the card and the door opens. This unlit circular room is empty, save for a panel of controls on the wall to the northwest. A coil of tubes dangling from the left side of the panel periodically flashes and sparks, while a single square window on the panel blinks with several lines of strange writing, which you can't read from where you currently are.
Oh, I gotta go check out the strange writing
Going in, huh?
and hopefully not get zapped by the cable.
Okay. The writing says, when you translate it, it's in Androphon. It says, Deck 4, Engineering. Deck 3, Science. Deck 2, Crew. Deck 1, Docking. Warning, elevator offline. Please contact maintenance. The bottom line is flashing in red, while the line entitled Deck 3, Science is bright blue. The other 3 lines are a fainter blue.
Ah,
So that's the line floor thing.
Make
This
me
is
a
a-
perception check, Mr. Thing.
this room is an elevator. Okay.
Let's go out. Out. Don't hit any buttons. Out the door.
Perception. 16.
Enough. You look around the room and you notice that while the floor seems quite solid, The ceiling appears to be hollow, as in it goes up from you.
Oh. And it currently says 3 science
Mhm.
on the blue.
Correct. Yes.
And there's what, 2 and 1 up?
There's above you is 4 engineering.
And where is the red one, above us or below us?
The red one says, warning, elevator offline, please contact maintenance.
Oh, but I thought there was some red floor. That one.
No, there's no floor that's
But
red.
there's a loose cable. Does this look like something I should not even try and repair this? I should get you back to the surface.
Let's put it this way: if you want to touch anything in that panel, I'm going out this door.
Let's come back to this. This mystery will wait.
Make me a quick roll on knowledge engineering if you want. As
Sure.
glanced at it.
That is my jam.
I mean, you won't be able to fix it, but you'll have a no.
25.
25. Your brain fixes it automatically. So you look at it and you realize that the sparking tube appears to have a coupling link that was once attached to the device that attached the tube to the panel, but it's been torn free. You give it a quick look, and the sparking tip of the broken cord reveals that you could make something to repair this at a forge. You'd need to make another metal coupler like this one in order to reattach it to where it needs to be.
Can I make note of the shape so I could like get a blacksmith with the skills to make it? Maybe.
Yeah.
I will do so and then help Bill through the door again.
You can actually take the broken coupling with you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's made of glausite.
gotcha.
Awesome.
So it's not made of metal other than that. Then it might maybe it can be fixed.
Maybe.
If we don't have others, is there other scrap glassite that we could take with us? Like there was a bunch of rubble from the robots and stuff. And...
Most of the rubble isn't the glausite.
Okay.
But
It's
they
the
have glausite at the torch worked with glausite, but of course they used the torch to heat it. So
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we don't use that kind of metal, it might only be temporary, burn out or melt.
Anybody have any skills in forging? Any skills in that area that they could roll on? Metalworking knowledge, maybe?
I do not.
I don't. I'm speculating. I know it's like strong, so if we use like copper or brass or some weak metal, I'm assuming it's not going to cut it. Might work 1 or 2
Sure.
times and then trap somewhere, right?
Still feel that kind of niggle in your head as you kind of walk through the room. But as you pass, Bill, you're opening this next door.
Open it. Card it.
You open the door. There is a door to your left and a door directly ahead, which you suspect leads back to that lobby area.
I vote for directly ahead.
Yeah, I don't
As
think
you
that's
pass
too
down-
much meta because we're kind of mapping as we go.
Well, you kind of know where you're at. You know how far you've walked, so you suspect this would be the door you saw from the lobby. As you walk down this corridor, your head clears.
Is this like the fuzzy head of the headaches we suffered?
No, this is the thing that's rummaging in your brain.
Oh, crud. So that's like the limit of its...
Brain
Okay.
fiddling powers, yes.
Mhm.
Opening this door?
Yes.
You open this door, and you return to the lobby area.
I say we reverse our course to the next map.
I am happy for you to travel off this map to town without having to go through all the maps to get there, if you wish.
If there's no risk or whatever, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you've cleared basically everything between you and the town, so it's just or made friends with it. So
is Mummy Man still in the sparking corridor?
Yes, he is. You got a time across him.
I wonder if we should attach a rope and just drag him out into the desert or something. So I don't know.
So we can regenerate and attack us when we come back. Did
Yeah.
you guys see that with Thing's camera? He's like all like this, and all of a sudden the face the face thing went.
I love it.
He had to like deal with his sunglasses on.
That's funny.
Do we?
Okay, exit through. You notice that when you come through the desert, that the sky is actually, it looks like the sun has risen,
Ooh,
and the temperature is very, very warm.
Ooh.
that might be good for undead critters.
Right? June, are you looking for trouble? I was looking for trouble.
Of course. All right. Well, I mean, I'm assuming we're ready to get back to town.
Yeah, head for Torch.
Okay, you head out. I'll let you swim out without a problem. You head back to Torch.
All right.
What do you got to do?
Well, I'm definitely gonna take a long pull of my whiskey.
Right? Well, I wouldn't do that. You'll get drunk from one sip.
All the better. It's more efficient that way. What are you talking about?
You see that numerary fluids did you good.
Right?
Cheap bar date. All right.
Cleric.
So yeah, I mean, if we head back to the cleric, we'll probably need the water breathing anyway, under that pretense. So I don't know if there's a. I'm assuming, and I'm going to make this grandiose assumption that since we're working in the official capacity of the town, that they'll be able to help us with our ailments. Like some of us are hurt, and
Right. So, you are guided to the cleric.
I'm gonna put my
at
robe
the
over
temple.
the fancy space armor.
Fancy space armor.
I'm gonna make sure my cloak, my
Guided to the cleric at the temple of Bry, whose name has totally escaped me again.
George, I will love him and pet him and hug him and squeeze him.
Pretty sure it's not George. It is blah blah blah. Joram Kite.
It was close. Joram was
Oh.
close to George.
Right, you were very close. Joram Kite is happy to cast Restoration on you if you wish.
I wish. I mean, I think that would be awesome.
As you seem to be making some pathways and success, he is happy to continue casting that.
I will watch the way he casts it so I can.
However, he needs 100 gold pieces of diamond dust.
Do we have diamonds?
You have 100 gold pieces.
I do have.
Or
1,000
gold, depending on how he has to cast the spell. Hold on.
It's the 100 variety, thousands for negative levels.
Okay, good.
Well,
you won money at the casino even, but
I did, but I'm like, all right. So if we pay to heal ourselves, that's a precedent then.
Restoration cures all temporary ability damage, and it restores all points permanently drained.
Sweet. All right.
you can
From a single ability.
you can try and negotiate. That's you and Tasha's strong suit.
I will. I will negotiate. We're working in the capacity of the town, and I got a blanket. Well, we had 20% off, right? Blanket across the town. That counts for this too, right? So I can give him 80.
No, this spell requires the sacrifice of 100 gold pieces of diamond dust. I mean, I have been casting spells on you freely, but that doesn't cost me anything. This would require some investment in physical product.
Right, but I don't have diamond dust. You do, right? So I'm thinking it's like 20% off of 100 gold pieces, right?
Well, can we buy 100?
That's according to the.
Can we buy 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust from somebody?
Great idea.
Yes, of course. I mean, I have diamond dust. I'm just not willing to burn it to cast this spell. So I think if you could give me 100 gold pieces, that would even us out.
So is that a negotiation, or do we try to a thing in town to try to?
Well, it's up to you. Do you want to negotiate with him? To try to negotiate with the nice cleric who's offered to heal you?
Sure.
without charging you for casting the spell.
Well, I mean, I can bring the diamond dust from town. That's the point, right? We could try to see if we could find diamond dust.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Get a better deal from town.
Right.
Oh, yes. If you buy diamond dust in town, you'll get your 80%, your 20% off.
That's the griff in the system, right?
There you go. So you're going to spend 80 gold on diamond dust in town.
Roger, Roger.
Okay. Do you have 80 gold?
I absolutely do. However, I am not at this late hour, so 237 minus 80.
157.
Cool.
You buy your diamond dust, and then you go back, and Joram heals you with restoration. I'm assuming you're having it done to dexterity, to constitution.
It said all, right?
All from one,
One stat.
one
Oh.
attribute, one ability score.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I want to do it to con then for sure.
Yes, he casts it, and your constitution returns to normal.
Wasn't your strength just temporary from the anesthesia?
that's
Yeah,
gone.
I don't know that though. I'm not going to metagame that, but my con was
By the
definitely significant.
By the time you get to the temple, the anesthetic is worn off.
Okay, cool. So I will
It
do.
lasts an hour.
So I still probably have only 1 hour left on wisdom.
Right.
Yay.
You are, however, addicted to Numerian fluids.
Minorly.
Finally.
Do you need me to hold on to that bottle of fluids for you?
No, man. I might need this. It didn't work this time, but it'll work next time.
Roll the
You want to
dice.
see that table, dude. You want to see
man.
crap that
Hey,
it
man.
can do.
Alcoholics are quitters, man. They go to meetings, right? That's not what this is about.
Numerian fluid meetings.
This is sticking it out. This is NAA. There's no NAA for that. There's no 12-step program for Numerian nothing.
Numerian fluids.
No, man, that's none of that shit. We're gonna go. I'm gonna have a 40 ounce. I'm gonna have my.
That's because they pour you into tanks by the time you're ready for the.
It's hilarious. I do like the Numerian fluids. They're an interesting addition here.
Keep my.
The idea is literally you're drinking like the oil and crap that's like dripping out of these machines.
That's right, man.
This does feel like it fits with your drawback you took.
Exactly. That's what I'm role playing up, the hedonist feat, right?
Like that, you're hedonistic and now you're addicted to fluids.
So to keep my wineskin separate, I'm gonna wrap the wineskin with the Numerian fluids in, of course, a brown paper bag. So I got.
I want to roll on
Nika right here.
fluids.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm rolling myself. See what I get. Hold on. Oh, did I get a worse thing?
Render unconscious until the effects of the dust.
See, now here's the thing. This says mild addiction. Mine did
Yes,
not.
I think that means automatically, as in without a roll.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well,
Well, that's a pretty high roll. So there's like no. I mean, there's probably.
Good stuff. That's
Your
not
business.
one of it. No.
Oh,
no. Oh,
sweet.
random form of insanity. There we go.
Roll twice.
Roll twice. If the first result is below 20, add 20. If the second result is above 80, subtract 20. If the same side effect results in both rolls, apply only once. But the drinker becomes severely addicted to that result.
So
Addicted to the result, not to the fluid.
Where's the good stuff?
no, you got to add 40 to it though, right? Or you have to add 20 to it.
So if we get that roll twice thing, we have to do that manually, or
Still trying to see if there's anything good in here.
I think if you get
There we
above
go.
90, it's good.
That's one. The drinker's skin thickens into armor-like plates, giving him a +2 bonus
See,
to natural armor,
There's
-2 bonus
there's
to dexterity.
absolutely no drink. But I don't know that. But
Oh, that's amazing.
this
There's
is
literally nothing
all
good.
rubbish.
There's actually good stuff. I think the way to do it. Let me see. Numerian
chug it.
fluids.
Distill it down like a crack pipe.
Hang on, I've got the actual table. Hold on. So if you actually get 100, okay, over. Hang on, roll twice. Okay, over 90.
Yeah.
So 91 to 92 is the drink against fast healing 5 for 24 hours, but must also consume twice as much food and water as normal.
So he
Then
goes all
there's
Barry Allen.
+6 enhancement bonus to a random ability score for 2d4 days. Then the drink
Nice.
against telepathy with a range of 100 feet for 2d4 days. Then the drink against the ability to see possible futures a few seconds ahead for 24 hours.
It's all Jedi shit right there.
Take a -2, blah, blah, lots of bonuses. Then there's the drinker becomes 1d6 years younger. If this changes her age category, adjusts their physical but not mental stats. Then the drinker foresees her death in a cryptic and disjointed vision. The next time an effect would cause her death, she can take an extra standard action just before she dies, including actions like healing spells that prevent the impeding death. And then there's 100. Roll on the table below exceptional side effects.
Ooh.
So that exception.
Immortality, mutant, phasing, 3-dimensional touch, wings, ability score bonus, fluid generation, grounding skin, bioluminescence, or sleep of experience.
Fluid generation. Ooh, you could make your own fluids.
The drinker's body naturally creates its own approximation of Numerian fluids, which he can, as a standard action once per day, redirect into his system to gain the effects of drinking 1 dose of Numerian fluids. Treat the addiction effects and side effects of this dose as normal, save that it cannot provide an additional exceptional effect.
So drinking my own fluids, that goes in line with the hedonist trait too. So
Right, but you become an addict that we can't hide the bottle from you because
that's
it's
right.
built in.
That's right.
Bottles attached.
Inside you. You're generating your own terrible liquids.
3-dimensional. That all sounds
So
interesting.
really, like those chances are like you have to roll a natural 100 to even get a chance on.
That's a chance, and then you have to roll a d10, and one of them could be making more of this shit to get addicted to.
So what's the lowest 5 or 10 on the?
And how bad can it get?
Yeah.
Exactly. This just seems like there's no benefit without really.
The drinker's cellular structure breaks down and her flesh dissolves off her bones. The victim dies in 1 round unless a limited wish, regeneration, or wish spell is administered. Immunity to ability damage prevents death, but immunity to death effects or poison does not.
Whoa. That's fucked up right there, dude. Oh my god, it killed Kenny! You bastard!
2 to 4.
Gosh.
The drinker permanently loses a random sense, either hearing, sight, or taste. Then there's the drinker ages 2d10 years. And then there's the one Bill got, right? The drinker takes 2d6 points of damage to... Oh, no. The drinker takes 2d6 points of damage to all ability scores.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that would
If any
kill like
score reaches
Tatia
0,
or Alexander.
If the imbiber survives, roll again for an additional side effect, re-rolling any result below a 15.
That's
So you
See,
lose.
I got pretty decent scores balanced out, but
Yeah.
From every score, and then you roll, again.
that's crack. That's crackhead right there, man.
This is kind of awful. Let's not lie. This shit's pretty serious.
You got any more of the Numenarian fluids?
Numenarian fluids. Bill's addicted. He needs to roll.
Mildly addicted.
Yeah, but it means you have to roll every day, and you're at -2 con while you're not taking your.
Sorry.
So how do I get that monkey? How do I get that monkey off my back? You know.
I think
Did you clear so many days, or
hold on. I think I read it somewhere. Addiction. I was reading about addiction. How to cure the addiction. I think you have to make a number of successful saves against the drug and not take it. I think that is the key. So, addiction. Hold still. Addiction. Come here. Curing addiction. As addictions are diseases, they can be cured cured as such through the use of spells such as remove disease or succeeding at fortitude saves over time. Unlike with other diseases, an addicted character can only make a fortitude save to overcome the addiction after a day of not taking the drug he is addicted to. Or you could ask the cleric to cast Remove Disease on you and make an appropriate... unless you want to be diseased.
Not with those kinds of odds. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do the Remove Disease. See if that works.
Eventually, Tatia or I could do it if you want to just tough it out until we're a higher level.
Level 3.
Yeah, because that'll only take a day or two.
You have to wait for Tatia to get to level 3 so she can cure your addiction. At which point, your flesh is getting increasingly close to sloughing off your bones.
Exactly.
Well, at level 3, I can spontaneously cast the cleric spell too.
Yeah, but the problem. Yeah, the problem is though, this is like a 4th level spell y'all gotta cast. That's not till.
I guess it's 3rd level for the cleric, which means they have to be level what?
5.
6? No, but oracles are different.
Oh yeah. Mages
Oracle's advancement is different. So okay, so kids, are you having a Joram Kite cast Remove Disease on you?
If that would be cool, yes, that would be very good.
I think
If you
that's a
suggest it to him,
prudent route.
he will offer to cast it.
I didn't hear you. He said something. What? Cast it?
If you suggest that you need it, he will offer to cast it.
But if that's the lore that I've gathered, yes, I would love it to be.
If you mention that you drink Arian fluids in an attempt to do something down there, and that you feel like you're needing more, he will offer to cast Remove Disease on you.
Oh, okay. Kind of like a 12-step program or some kind of outreach.
All at once. One step.
One step, exactly.
He casts the spell on you, and your addiction is removed.
Awesome. Man.
Oh, quitter.
What a drain on village resources the rogue is, man. Shit.
Quitter.
Like casting all spells. Quitter. That's hilarious. Quitter. So do you want to call it here in town? As it's now probably very late for Bill?
Yeah,
that sounds wise.
Pretty good. I got to wake up O Dark Hunter to go camping with scouts, so.
Oh, that's so fun.
Should be
like
fun.
a good time to stop there, and then you can deal with anything you want to sell and do all that stuff next time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sure, like we have that particle weapon or that stunner or whatever we probably want to dump, you know.
Oh, it's worth a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Once I hit, I think 6th levels when I become Technomancer.
Well, it doesn't work. It doesn't work on robots.
Because it's a stun gun.
Right.
Oh, you fought one medical drone, which gets you 600 experience.
Yes, that thing had a good hunk of hit points. I think I did over half on because I
did. It had 31, and it also had fast healing too.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, because I did an ass load of damage in the first round, and then I think I took it out with the. And then Alexander, you did a good magic missile on it too, and Tatia smashed the shit out of it with 10, right?
You guys rolled well for damage on it. Honestly, it's not that bad as a kind of single creature to fight, but I think in a fight with a few other things, it might be quite bad because the anesthetic actually stacks.
Oh shit!
So it constantly takes -2 strength off you every time, but it can only do it 3 times a day. But I guess the assumption is like your main fighter would be fighting it, and every hit would take -2 strength off him.
Right.
So the 2 doses of anesthetic we got, do we have a way to deliver that, or is that just like a...
Right now, but it's something you can have.
Cool. Along with our nets and everything else?
What experience is everyone on now with 600 each? 600 each.
Oh, 600. Oh, that was 600 each?
No, that was 600 total.
Oh, okay.
So that's
3653.
Where we're at, 3653. No, not 600 each. It's 600 total.
Divided 4 ways?
Yes.
So 150?
Yes. So you're at
3203.
3203. Nice. Edging your way towards the next level.
Well, if we go back and kill the brain flappy thing that gets into our minds and whatever else is on that level.
I mean, he just wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
Well, because he doesn't know we're filled with red food.
And he wasn't just escalating his "I'm hungry."
Well, that
hungry. I have
most
to
of the
have pizza
parties-
with pineapple.
most of the party's filled with red food. I'm not.
Right. Once he figures that out, you might be in trouble.
Luckily, he didn't pick that from our minds
Right. Well, yes.
that we know of.
All right, kids, I'm going to stop the stream. Say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, y'all. Visit the Patreon, the website, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Discord, the everything.
Yeah,
Come see
contribute to
us.
the contribute to the Kiernan Fent drug-free program now.
That's right. The 12-step program. Don't drink Numerian fluids, kids.
No, we just
y'all.
need to find a